Welcome to Keeping in Character. So, last week, we ended up having to run from a tornado, so that was fun.
At least we didn't try to fight it like that
game.
one guy on the internet.
Like not in
TikToks.
No, real
Real
tornado.
Out of character.
Real life. This week, we're missing Shkaba, but that's how it goes.
He's invisible!
Yeah, it's in character.
I
But
personally am missing him.
last week as well, we ended up, you guys started off, where were you guys? Oh, no, you were just leaving from the forest. That's what it was.
Yeah, after we got, the rigmarole
Yep,
from
yep.
Sunmut.
Yeah. So you guys are traveling along. You met some people on the road, and Sunny got sick, drinking somebody else's booze. And you guys finagled around some circumstances that could have gone real south, and then got chased down by 9 riders on horseback. Some
Did you
things
see last
happened.
episode? Okay. Checking.
And Jeremy ended up unconscious on the ground after headbutting the lead rider with her new magic helmet.
It was really, really
Non-magic
cool until
helmet?
it wasn't.
Super
Alright.
heroic.
And then,
still it wasn't.
yes, an arrow tipped with light exploded onto Jeremy, and she crumpled onto the ground where she currently lays while Rybos is running forward, and Sunny starts feeling a little bit better. Well, especially when your friends are in a fight, there's an explosion, you start kind of coming to a little
Your
bit.
cart's on fire.
Yep. There's a whole lot of things happening
Getting
there.
so warm in here.
All right. So where we're going to start off is actually Rybos. On your turn, you didn't use your bonus action last week, which we were just
Right.
talking about.
So,
yes, go
my
ahead.
horse skids to a stop,
Yep,
and
and
I
you're
dismount. Do
right
I have enough
next
movement to
to-
dismount at that point, or am I still on the horse?
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check as you just launch yourself off the horse, not in a safe way. If it was a safe way, it would be, I think it's half your movement to get off. the horse.
13?
Perfect. You jump off and you land, not gracefully, but you land.
Half-ass heroic, one knee scraping it
Right.
out. Ow!
You don't land on Jeremy.
Right.
That's the big thing.
All right.
Proud of you.
As I raise my hand and point at the rider with the silver mask, your soul will be drowned in the Dothialak. And my hex will transition to him,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
Gotcha. All right, and so you're standing over top of Jeremy, the person sitting there with the bow, looking around at what's all happening, and then you hear from the forest line, "Ah!" You do see Shkaba pop his head out and then duck back down. All right, and Sunny.
If you could just describe my position in
Yes.
the cart specifically.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So Sunmut is furiously driving the cart forward.
That's good.
There is a crackling, burning sound onto the roof of the wagon. You do hear Yizgalan fighting. There's, fighting noises, grunting and cursing and riding a horse. And there are 2 horse hoof beats.
Okay.
2 horses worth of hoof beats. That's what I'm gonna go with.
You got it.
Behind you. So you do know that there is either 2 of your friends or 2 enemies, or 1 of your friends and 1 enemy.
Got it. And I have inside the cart, not in the same container as like the potatoes. Right?
Correct.
I'm just
Yes,
in
yes.
it.
You're just hanging out up there, and you're like, you know what? I can do this. For now, we'll give you the poisoned condition,
Okay.
but you're able to function a little better now rather than being laid up.
Then I'm gonna throw up whatever I have in my
Yep,
system.
mostly liquid. Yeah.
Yep,
Just-
in hopes of getting through some of that.
And I feel like just errant things that are on the ground. You know what I mean? Like there's this like lint in with it that you're like, what's this? That wasn't edible. All right.
Hairball mixed with And I'm gonna take like whatever I find, like fruits, vegetables, whatever the trading stuff he had, and just like cover up the pile of puke a little.
Oh, there you go. There's a bunch of clay pots in there, so you
Yeah.
just tip one of those on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as this thing's just jostling
Yeah.
down the road, and
Just
you're
so I
like,
don't step on it. I don't
That's
care that
okay.
he sees it. I just don't want to step on it again. You guys, I think I'm feeling better.
"Think, then fight!" Is he riding along?
What do you mean? And I will peek out the curtain.
Sure.
So I can
You do catch Yizgalan,
Yeah.
and there's a person on a horse. riding next to her that has a bow in one hand, but has picked up a hand and went kind of like this at Yizgalin.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
And how far away would you say it was?
20 feet.
Okay.
Some sort of shimmering light goes over Yizgalin's face, and she shakes off whatever was happening there. But it appears that this person just used some form of magic, but you're not entirely sure what. It's hard to hear anything that's going on over the wagon and the horses and everything that's happening right
Nope,
now.
totally
But
understandable.
you do notice there is a crackling, burning sound above where you heard thunks earlier, which you can only assume were arrows.
Alright, I can't see the flame or anything.
You could if you
went.
went on top of it, you know what I mean? But without that happening, you know that it's there, but you can't see it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to throw a dart at the dude who just went whoop to
Sure,
this
yeah.
guy. 'Cause fuck that. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Yay!
So you sit up and throw a beer dart out of the back of a moving
Totally.
wagon. Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. With disadvantage because of you're
That's
in the
fine.
wagon, just getting jostled around.
And I just woke up, that's fine. Ooh, I do not hit.
Oh, and the poison condition. There's a lot of reasons you should have
I
disadvantage.
I miss.
Oh, gotcha. So you throw it and you're like,
Yeah.
it just
As you like
goes sailing
Kryi.
over.
Yeah, and if they're,
So there's action and then some of your movement to get there.
yeah, I was gonna say, if anything else is allowed, I am going to check on the potatoes, because I'm freaked out. I just woke up, there's people attacking. Are the potatoes okay?
The potatoes are in an area that would take an action to get into, but you can
Okay.
get up to that spot.
Okay.
You do still have your bonus action if you wanted to make. I think you can make another attack, can't you, with the darts?
I can.
Yeah, so that's up to you.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the potatoes.
Gotcha. You won't be able to open it this turn, but you
That's
will
fine.
next turn.
Yep, I would not know what was going on. So
Gotcha. So you
that would be my
throw it and you're like,
priority.
eh.
Yeah.
Just get back down. And
That
protect
was
the
dumb.
potatoes,
I'm
but-
not in any condition to do this.
So we have some guests in the room watching. Do you know what the potatoes are?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Just wanted to make sure that
Potatoes
we
clear?
were just saying potato and
Yeah.
people being
Exactly.
yeah, right.
Just so you know, we're not really super
I mean, it's
interested in
got eyes.
potatoes, but you know.
Anywho,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's the guy that just waved over there. He sees the dart and he kind of pulls off to the side a little bit as his gallon is pulling out a bow and shooting at that person. The man with the silver mask sees you come riding up. Did you stop at Jeremy or did you?
I stopped at Jeremy.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm
So
essentially hovering over.
then they're gonna stare at you for a second and then aim down and fire.
I'm also gave them disadvantage on any dexterity ability checks.
Gotcha. All right, and so your horse ends up taking. I'm pretty sure that's enough damage to kill the horse outright. Hold on.
Damn. Better the horse than me.
Right?
I can walk fine.
Yes. So it pulls back an arrow. There's another bright flash of light, and then they take off the other direction.
Damn, that's the
Just-
one who's got
so-
the bright flash of light. Huh?
Yes, that is the one. Yep, with
Figures.
the silver mask.
There you
But
go.
you so Jeremy, you hear? Well, no, you're unconscious.
Yeah, I'm out.
No one's around to see that except for Shikaba. So your horse and crashes to the ground with an arrow in its throat. But not only just an arrow, but an explosion around that arrow, and then the arrow kept going. That horse is dead.
Aw.
That looks
And,
a lot like Jeremy.
Collapses to the ground. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check to remain on your.
I
Oh, no,
already
wait, you
jumped
jumped off
off of
your.
it.
You're right. You already jumped off your horse. So yeah, and then he's taken off.
Good timing. The
Yep.
guy in the silver mask took off?
Correct. Yes. Yep. He figures he's like, well, he's got bigger problems. Let's just make sure he can't chase me and running. There are other people that are they are picking up bows and shooting, but they're quite a bit away, so they're all at disadvantage. And let's see here. Gotta figure out how many of them there are shooting at you.
We've killed at least 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's only a few of them that are around. I just gotta figure out exactly how many. With my notes
Handy
that I
dandy notes.
totally took.
Just taking notes is good.
I offed 1, Skaba offed 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you knocked a
definitely
bunch of
toppled
people
some
on the ground
horses
and all that.
with those.
So yeah, 2 arrows come flying over and thump, like way off,
Yeah.
like not even close.
Just
But-
threatening.
Exactly. You know that they're there, and you know that they're shooting arrows at you, and that's about that. All right. So, back to you guys. So, who are we doing for the first one? Was it Jeremy first? And then...
I was actually after Ribos.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah,
so,
So
you
I
need
should
to
just
make
go ahead and
your
make
save.
that.
you do see. Well, and that was from the last thing. So this is kind of starting over. So you already did your save for that last round. This is the enemy's turn that just happened, and now it's back to you
And then
guys.
it'd be
Okay, so it's
Shkaba,
right.
Ribos,
So you do
Jeremy.
see Shkabab poke up, fire an arrow, and duck back down. And
Did he hit
seems to
anything?
they're both firing from quite a distance, but they seem to be just the threat that somebody shooting arrows ends up being more important than actually hitting.
Fair.
You know, like if you get any closer, I'm going to hit you, but I can't right now because you're super far away.
Yeah, keep them busy anyway.
Exactly. But yeah.
All right, so me then. And
Yes,
the
so
silver
Shkaba would
mask
roll the
individual ran off. How far away from me are they?
So they were 30 foot away, then they're going to run another 30 foot, and
Okay.
so they're 60 foot away right now.
I look down real quick, and does Jeremy seem like they're breathing okay?
There's
Are
a
they
very large
stable-ish?
bleeding chest
Oh.
wound.
You guys just like very
Whereas-
faintly.
Yeah.
I just like grip
She's
my teeth
breathing.
and look back and forth between the silver mask and Jeremy.
She doesn't look like,
And
she's definitely breathing, so it doesn't look like she's going to die now.
I reach
But she will
down to
die
a pouch
soon.
of my belt and open it up, like uncork
Mm-hmm.
the potion with my teeth and tip her head back and shove the
Right.
healing potion in her mouth. God damn it, wake up!
So you see as the healing potion goes through, you splash a bit onto there, start
Ooh.
pouring it in there.
9 points of
And it
healing.
begins stitching things up. And it covers over the wound, but you can definitely tell that it's not 100%. There's still a very fleshy, like open sore there, but it's not a hole into, right down to the sternum. It's still pretty gross though. But Jeremy,
Like, definitely trying to catch your breath, but it looked like it did a lot of damage. So
Okay. Don't die when I'm gone. And I'd start running after
Sure.
the silver mask.
30 foot?
30 foot.
Gotcha. So and it's now 30 foot away from you. And so for the thing that you have, it's going to be every time that somebody gets knocked unconscious, I give them an injury. So this one was a pretty heavy hit that almost killed Jeremy outright. So you'll have a -1 on Constitution saves, but not including concentration checks.
okay,
Gotcha. So those
Gotcha.
aren't included in there, but all the other stuff is.
perfect. That's very appropriate.
But yeah.
And
All right.
as I get within 30 feet of him, I'm going to use a bonus action.
Sure.
Just give him the devil horns. I will find a grave for you and hex him with my Hexblade's curse.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Now, with that Hexblade's curse, you do feel almost a tugging on the back of your head, but it's not necessarily pulling you back kind of thing, but it is the same feeling that you had when you went into that meditation earlier, where there was another voice, another thing happening. It doesn't seem disapproving. It seems helpful, but you're not sure what that is.
Interesting. Okay, I will note that.
All right. Jeremy,
Okay, how far is Silver Mask from me?
Silver Mask is now 60 foot away.
60
You are
feet
prone
from me.
right now.
Okay, I'm going to kind of just try to catch my breath, but it's very hard and difficult, and it just
There's still a few broken ribs. I mean, you're not in great shape right now.
I'm just bonus action. Ribos, you are the savior, and
Oh.
bardic inspire Ribos. And then I'm just gonna look kind of past him and straight at the silver mask guy running away, and I'm just like, and you,
Uh-oh.
may the whispers collide with your thoughts and tear them apart, and dissonant whispers.
Brutal. What is the save on that?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
It is
I know I asked that. They rolled nothing. So
14.
They got a 4. So
All right, perfect.
Not so great.
So on a fail, it takes 3d6
Brutal.
psychic damage.
turn. I think Dissonant Whispers, don't they flee from you as well?
And it fails 3d6
Does it cause
psychic
them fear?
damage. Must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed
Oh.
allows away from you.
So
Already
yes, it
going
moves
that
another
way.
30 foot away. So it's 90 foot away now and then 60 foot from
But
you.
it
Yeah,
uses-
but that's
it uses its
after
reaction.
my yeah, it has to use its reaction
Yes,
to
yes.
do so. Yeah, so
That's helpful.
so when it's its turn, that's what it does on its react, right?
No, no.
Oh, no, it does just
reaction is like
immediately.
a,
Okay,
Yes, an
right.
attack of opportunity is a reaction, for example. You can do it on anyone's turn.
So that's 14 psychic damage.
14, jeez, yeah. So you see
Yeah.
them go and start running, and so the sounds that they're making almost sounds non-human. It almost sounds. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I didn't notice.
It definitely doesn't sound quite human-like, but you're not sure what manner of creature it could have been. But there's a lot of almost not wheezing, but there's a hiss to it.
Okay. I picked that up with a 3 perception.
Oh yeah. It was that part was obvious.
I just
and
didn't,
there's
didn't
more
pick
to
up
it
the
that you could have
underlying
picked up.
tones.
Yeah, it definitely you're like that's weird, and then just kept going.
And
But,
with that, I'm just like,
no details.
and just kind of like collapse onto my knees and just rest, and that will be my turn.
Gotcha. All right, Sunny. There's still the guy running up. He looks a little perturbed that he now has 2 people to fight. And oh yes, you were by the thing. So yes,
I
you're
haven't
able to
noticed anything yet.
open that up
Yep.
and look down, and the potatoes are there.
Potatoes are fine.
Yes,
Okay.
potatoes are fine. It takes a second to move things out of the way and then lift it up, and then you're like, ah, good. Push things back, and then that's your action.
Okay.
And then you have bonus action and movement.
Yep. So, hearing Shkaba caught and fire arrows or whatever.
Which is so Shkaba is now a good couple hundred feet away from you almost. At
Right.
least over 100 foot away. So
Yeah.
you can hear him, but he's definitely
Well, I would have heard that
Yes.
during the commotion last time.
Yes.
If I look up towards the crackling, is there a big enough space for me to get through?
Oh yeah, you'd be able to climb up onto the using part your flight, part climbing. Climbing doesn't really make any sense to
You
be
just
an
fly
issue
through
for
it.
you. Right.
Yes. Okay.
Well, yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
you wouldn't be able to fly through the roof, but you'd be able to go out and over top without issue.
That's what I was asking.
Yep.
If there was like a hole big enough.
Yeah,
for me to
yeah,
get
absolutely.
through
Even
with
just
fire,
open
yeah.
up the door and then get on top. The thing isn't engulfed in flame. It just started. You know? Yeah.
I will zoom my little fairy ass straight out of that car.
Sure, sure.
and
All right.
try to go see if I can extinguish the fire in any way.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, absolutely. So and then that would be on your next turn. You'd be able to
Yeah.
pat one of those out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yizgalan is going to fire a shot or two at this guy that's running nearby. Doesn't do so hot. His arrows going everywhere. Doesn't quite catch him. All right, and I think that's everyone. So then it's the Silver Masks and the rest of that group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the guy riding on the horse near Yizgalan in the cart ends up putting up his hand one more time and waving at Yizgalan again, trying to do whatever they're going to do. That's no good. Yizgalan rolled a 1.
No.
I was
Yeah.
hoping that was the. So that was her saving throw.
Yeah, so it's her saving
not
throw.
an attack roll.
No. So you see her lock up, and the horse keeps riding, but it now doesn't have a rider. It's just going off to the side. She's not moving.
Oh no.
And yep. So Yizgalan is now moved off to the side somewhere, wherever her horse is going, as Sunmut is still running forward, and so is he. The Silver Mask fellow is going to take off on a sprint and just leave as fast as possible. So he's running towards other people who are now standing up. A lot of dead horses, a lot of dead people, but he's running towards that group. So he's at this point would be another 60 foot away, so he's 120 foot away from you right now. You'd still be within Eldritch Blast range. 120 foot, isn't that what it is?
90. Oh no, it is 120. That's
Gotcha.
right. I was thinking something else. That's 90. That's the hex.
Gotcha. All right, and then but he's right on the edge of it. But yeah, all right. Now you guys. So Shkaba is flying towards kind of where the Silver Mask is going, and then dropping into a bush and shooting and harrying these people as they're trying to reorganize. It looks like they're trying to wrangle whatever horses they can to either give chase or flee. You're not entirely sure which, but they're doing something. And yeah, Ribos.
All right. How many folks is the Silver Mask running toward? How many enemies am I looking at running into?
Close enough to shoot at you is there's 2 of them.
How many can I see?
There's let's see here, 4 total. So there's
Including the Silver Mask?
yes, 4 total, including the Silver Mask, and then there's the other guy who's way behind you, but near the wagon. So that's 5 out of the 9. The other ones are not moving and on the ground, but typically falling off of a horse won't. Yeah, it can kill you if you don't roll right. So, but none of them died from that. They just got their horses definitely broke some legs.
I will raise my empty hand and ball it into a fist. The weight of the grave shall crush you. Eldritch Blast comes.
All right.
Let's see. I'm going to use my inspiration. Thanks, Jeremy.
Bardic inspiration. Not
Yep. Bardic inspiration. A 20 to hit.
20. Jeez, yeah, that'll do it.
Roll the 6 on the Bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Give me a boost there.
Yes.
All right, so we
Get
will
him.
do 1d10. And then an additional d6 from the Hex. And an additional 2 damage from Hex Blade's Curse. 12 points of damage, and it pushes them 10 feet. Doesn't necessarily knock them down, but,
Right.
but it
Yep.
does push them.
Gotcha. So they get shoved another 10 foot, and you see a big blast come out of part of their shoulder, and there's a very stark white skin underneath, like a abnormally like marble-esque, and then there is bloodied flesh, but it is less red, more black.
It's terrifying.
Yep. So it's almost like there's a black meat underneath there rather than red, like you'd see with most people. And then so it's a gross looking wound.
I will use my movement to continue in their direction, 30
Gotcha.
feet.
Another 30 foot. All right, and so now they are 130 foot. So now you're 100 foot away after moving up after them. They are definitely bloodied, which is how I do it is I let you guys know when bloodied happens, but that's about where the halfway point of their HP ends up being, more or less.
It should be 70 from the Silver Mask, I think, because he was at... Oh, was he at 120 or 90? No, he was at 120.
He was
That's
at
right.
120, and then he got pushed 10, and then
so
he
he's
fell.
100. Got it. Okay, that's all I have.
I thought you were saying damage for a second. I was like, what the hell did you guys do 70 damage to this guy?
I really hope that he would not be hanging out anymore. If so,
He'd be like, we need to leave.
I gotta go.
We're done.
Time to go.
All right.
I hear the Dakilda
You do see
is fine this time of year.
Oh, yes. Jeremy, you are up. You are not dying. Having a hard time breathing. But
Yeah.
Here we are.
Trying to catch her breath. Feeling like she did the best she could, and she's gonna look around and just be like, okay, gotta catch back up to the cart and look around and see if there's any horses that have meandered that have survived that look like they are capable of carrying.
Go ahead and make a perception check. With the chaos of everything going on, trying to find out which one do you think is going to go toward an area that you can get to quick enough.
It's an 8.
You've had bad luck with horses. And every horse that you've seen so far, you're like, that one's going to kill me, that one's going to kill me. They are seeming either frantic or spooked because, everything that's been happening here. And the ones that are not running around are way far back behind Rivals and all that. So actually no, you do see one because it's pretty obvious it slows down, but it has Yizgala sitting on there that she seems to be holding on, but not actually commanding where the horse goes.
So she's like up with the carriage, though.
Yes,
like
but
way up there.
Yes, everything is right now is way out there.
Okay.
There's a lot of. I think the closest person to you is Ribos, and that's 60 foot away now. Yeah, he's moved
probably.
twice.
Yeah, moved
Yep.
twice.
All right, I'm just gonna move towards Ribos. I'm gonna look, and just like, Ribos. I guess that's the best option. Just like carry herself forward 30
Sure.
feet and within, let's see, how far is Rybos
You're
from
30
me?
foot now.
30 feet from Rybos? Okay. I'm gonna just, again, just with my last strength, I'm just like holding on, just like, Rybos, get him! You can do it! And just like yelling at, just get him, Rybos! And I'm gonna bardically inspire you, and it's my last one. There you go.
Feeling like a monster.
And I'm just gonna try to like hobble towards him. But I'll take my time, obviously.
sure.
So
No, I get
that's
you.
it. That's it.
Sunny.
How bad's the fire?
The fire is not super bad.
Okay.
You should be able to put out the majority of it.
Okay.
So it won't fully catch everything on here. It is definitely burning. Like there's parts of it that are like he's gonna have to redo the roof of this thing.
Yeah.
There's no way that it's gonna. But it's only been burning for less than 30 seconds. You know what I mean? It's not too much. Bye guys.
Thanks for
Thanks for
stopping
coming.
by.
Yeah, we always appreciate guests.
Oh, good. Roll high.
I frantically patting it down and just trying to.
Sure. If you take your whole turn, you can put all the fire out up there, no problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Perfect,
And then, if,
Especially given your monk stuff being
So
quicker
fast.
than everybody else. Oh yeah.
Punch out this candle flame.
Incredible.
I'm gonna. It's gone. It's gone. I can't get the fire out.
Nothing.
It's gone.
Oh hey. Then she goes, wizard, and shakes up. No, him. And she's like pointing slightly off from you.
Oh, I don't feel so good. I don't want to fail the wizard. And I'm gonna go up to Sunmut because he's doing
Up front.
Yeah,
Yep.
and just sit next to him. And be like, what?
Did you put out the fire?
Yeah. The fire's out. What what did I drink?
I
It wasn't very good.
no, it wasn't. It was designed to be
I
bad.
think I'm gonna. Oh,
Ah.
I'm sorry.
He hands you a burlap sack, which isn't going to be great for this, but it's what he had on hand.
It's a sieve.
His gallon didn't look so good. She was really still. Like,
It sounds like she died.
No. And then she woke up and she was like, "Wizard!" And is that like a thing that you guys? That's not like a thing you say when you wake up,
Nope.
right? You're not like, "Oh,
Nope,
wizard."
probably somebody was a wizard back there. You know,
Oh, okay.
the one shooting at us.
I was just checking. I don't want to fight a wizard.
And he just, as he's riding along, he's like, shrugs. Like, okay.
I like scoot closer to him.
Right? Yeah, he doesn't balk at it. He just,
So the potatoes
Let's
are
see
okay. I checked.
great. It's not really much of my concern, but that's fine.
That's all I'm doing.
And he go ahead and make an insight.
No disadvantage for being poisoned or anything, right? That's only on
Yeah, it's fine.
checks.
Yeah,
and,
you're okay. Technically, yes. You would basically
It's
everybody.
ability.
Yeah,
and
an ability check
it
would be
is,
that
and
kind
it's
of, but it's not that big a deal.
All right, 16.
I don't want to punish you too hard for having to miss a session. You know what I mean? But sorry, what'd you get?
16.
16. Sunmut is not happy with what's happening here. This seems to be like how you guys felt when you were in the forest. There was no shortcut and all that, but now he's fighting a bunch of people, or at least getting shot at. When he's like, "This isn't my problem."
Yeah.
He's trying to just get into the city, which is you guys are still quite a bit of ways from. About half a day, I think is what I said. Right? Yeah, half a
Yeah,
day's journey
yep.
away.
Oh yeah, when the battle started.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, can we ride for the city?
Like, you can
No.
try.
All right, well, you seem kind of crabby, so
Yep.
I guess
Well,
I'll go check on his gallon, and I'll say, shoo.
when you go over and you look out the back, you do see the person that stopped his gallon is now right up next to the wagon, looking like they're going to jump off the horse into the wagon. They're getting ready for it, and yeah, that's when we'll end that.
Okay.
But now it is bad guy's turn. The silvered mask person seems to be running towards there's not necessarily a group of people, but there are the two people. One of them has a horse, and the other one is still shooting into the woods at Shkaba. not doing very well with it, but it's hard to shoot somebody from that far away through trees, and Shkaba is having a hard time hitting them from where he's at as well. But they're keeping each other distracted, so that works out. But one of them comes up riding a horse towards your position. The silver mask person is running towards that horse, and it looks like they're either this guy's going to charge you, or the silver mask is going to jump onto the horse with this guy.
Well,
One of those two is going to happen. But they're not quite at each other yet, but that's what they're doing for their turn. So now they're 160 foot away, or the silver mask person is.
Okay. What about the horseman?
Well,
Who's
horseman's
riding
way
farther
further
than
away
that,
than that.
right?
Yes.
So-
Yep. Far enough away that a horse moving double speed wasn't enough to bridge the gap yet.
Did you say 140 or 150?
160.
Oh, 160.
Because they moved 60
Right.
foot and they were already 100 foot
I
away.
can't get within range any which way.
You can, but then you wouldn't be able to do Eldritch Blast afterwards.
Correct. Yes. Okay. I will run up 30 feet.
Actually, I think knocking them back 10 foot ended up
Giving
putting them,
help.
putting
I
them
don't
right past the
have to do
range.
it. It's my choice.
Right, but you're like,
I
yeah.
was hoping that you might make him stumble since he got pushed from behind while he was running. Okay, I'll run up 30 feet, and I'll reach up and touch my medallion and just chant, "Spirits of Philomenoch, give me strength." And I'll cast False Life on myself again.
alrighty. Just in case this guy's going to try and run
Right.
it out.
Let's be prepared.
It ups what I had, so
Right,
I'll
yeah,
take it.
absolutely.
It couldn't have gotten worse. I had the minimum at the time. So.
Right?
All right. And then
Well, you haven't really been hit.
I did get hit, but
Yeah.
it only took some of my temporary hit points that I had.
There you go.
So I just upped some more. That's an action.
Alrighty.
So at that point, I'll reach back and pull my spear out, and as I do, like shadows trail with it. It's my hex weapon,
There you
and then I'll just
Oh.
stand at the ready.
go. All right. And when you... Never mind.
It's a physical weapon.
Yeah,
so
no,
I haven't
I
got
got
to
you.
the point where
I
it's
had
a
another thing
conjured
that I
weapon.
was gonna. Never mind. That'll come up later. All right. And are you throwing that or waiting?
Nope, I'm waiting.
Gotcha. All
It
right.
doesn't have nearly enough range to hit
Right.
them.
That's how it goes. Jeremy.
She's gonna continue her trek to Ribos, 30 feet, and then she's just gonna, she has her book, just kind of like pulls it up, and she's just like flipping back to a page she knows, and she's like, "Thank you, the heroes that gave me this blessing of life, but please, just protection from pointy things, slashing things, anything that could harm Jeremy at this point, just make that happen."
Very
Like,
lazy,
very, like,
right?
lazily.
Yeah.
And it, like, takes a minute, and she's like,
Just like
shakes it, and it's like, bang! It just, like, comes up and over. And she's like, "That's what I thought." And she, like, keeps, like, going
Alright.
towards Rivals. That's
Is that
it.
an action or a bonus
It's
action?
an action for
Gotcha.
the Blade Ward, yeah.
There you
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes.
go. All right. Anything with your bonus?
Nope. That's no more.
Right.
There's no more. There's no more
No more
stuff.
things. All right. Sunny. The person is. Wait. No, I skipped a thing.
Okay.
I like
Yeah, this is
things.
supposed to happen before. Yeah, all right, thank you. Yeah, audience over here is helping us out. I did
Always helpful.
the one guy fleeing and then skipped over the dude jumping onto the wagon because there's two fights going on at
right,
once.
right.
Yeah. So the person's riding up and then they look at you and then pull back on the horse a little bit and pull out their bow and go to shoot.
Okay. And he misses.
Hopefully.
Does your spell have any
What's your AC?
remnant?
16.
Any lasting effect?
They rolled an
It's
18.
they just run away instantaneously. And,
Oh, you mean the Dissonant Whispers?
yes.
No, that was it.
Yep, it's the
I wasn't sure.
one and
That's-
done.
That was a new one for me.
Yeah, it's new for me too.
6 damage as they catch you in the shoulder with one of the arrows. But they had to slow down in order to make that happen.
Okay. A distance within 40 feet of him?
Yes, you would be within 40 feet
Okay.
because you'd still be moving forward, and the wagon is a little slower, but they had to only do one horse movement rather than. I think the wagon pulls it down by 10 foot, so it'd be 60 foot away, and they moved 40 feet, so you'd be within 20 foot.
Okay. Ow! So, just right up to his
Sure, sure.
stupid face and just bam, bam!
Gotcha. So he is moving on a horse towards you, and I don't see Sunny taking that into account very much. So she just comes flying up and is like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
The guy comes towards you faster than you realized that
Does
would
that just
happen.
mean like
Right.
extra hit power on my end?
You would be, for all intents and purposes, basically riding the horse with this guy, because you don't really have to jump to it. You just fly onto the guy's horse.
So still disadvantage on attacks?
No.
Am I
That's
good? Okay.
well. We'll say that that's coming out of your system,
Okay. I like you.
The last
Right.
bit of vomiting.
right?
cleared that.
Exactly.
Spittle now.
18 plus 2 for the first hit.
That hits.
Smack him right in the face.
Squishy ass wizard.
Oof. 5 damage for the first punch.
You can tell when you hit them in the face. You should have broken a nose,
Yeah.
and there wasn't a nose to break.
Oh.
Yeah, they do have something pulled up right here, and
Okay.
it looks like there's a nose, but then you hit, and then there's not a nose.
So they all have the silver mask?
No. This one doesn't have a silver mask. Sorry, I didn't describe this guy very well because they were running on horseback. But now that you're very close, they do have a thing right up to here, a cloth deal that kind of goes down underneath of the shirt that they've got going on.
Okay.
And they don't appear to have any armor on. They do have the bow, the quiver, and they're dressed in dull colors.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like this person would very easily blend into a crowd if they didn't have this thing up on their nose and a hood pulled up over their head.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you do notice that they have really pale skin, like marble-like.
Oh, weird.
Yep.
So if I go ahead and use a key point
Mm-hmm.
instead of my unarmed strike, so I can use flurry of blows, and then that'll give me 2 more
Gotcha.
hits on Duder. Try to get in my cart. 12 to hit.
Tries to do my potato.
12s. That one does not hit. You go to punch, you hit him in the chest, and then it catches something that you're like, I don't think that's armor, but you weren't sure what it was. But when you hit it, boom, you're like, it looked like nothing. You know what I mean? It didn't look
Okay.
like anything hit your hand, but something stopped it from hitting them.
Weird. And a really, really good hit this time because I'm frustrated.
Sure.
That is worse. That is 8 to hit.
But so it's you fly up and you pop him in the nose once. You punch him in the stomach, it doesn't work, and then you.
I'm gonna get really good this time.
That essentially is what happened. And then I'm going to pull out my Igwa.
Sure.
Wait.
How's it going? Yeah, absolutely. Have a
Please
seat.
join us.
Yeah, so that's it. Can I hover in his...
You're on the horse with him, kind of thing. So
Okay.
if you're hovering, you crash into him because the horse is faster than you are.
I'm going to fly towards the back of the cart with whatever movement I have left, so I'm closer to the cart so I can protect the potatoes.
What's your movement speed?
40. So it would have been 20 to get to him. I don't know the distance that it would have been since we're traveling.
Because you move as fast as the horse, so you wouldn't be able to move. Once you hit him and the horse, trying to move back to the cart, you'd have to move faster than the horse would move.
Okay.
But since you guys have the same movement speed. See, this is
In
this
the
is where
same turn. Yeah, I
right.
think
This is
so.
where D&D breaks down when you have like real time stuff, because technically it all happens at the same time.
Right.
But that's only in practice. That doesn't actually, happen. Like people move in their different turns.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have taken 20 of her movement rate either because
No,
she was
yeah.
going
She
one
basically
way,
just
they were
have
coming
to
the other,
stop.
So,
It's like how
or
falling
at least
doesn't
half
improve
the movement
movement.
rate.
Like you can
Yeah.
fall, and
Right.
that doesn't improve on your movement.
Right, right.
So it's kind of like falling.
So somewhere
a hard
between
call.
the guy
Momentum,
running
yeah.
at me on a horse and the back of the cart is where I'm trying to position myself.
Not on the front of the horse.
I think that
Sitting next
you'd
to
be
it,
able to
yeah.
be halfway in between
Okay.
as you're trying to fly back to the cart, because you'd be faster than the cart. So you
Yeah.
flew up to him, kicked him in the face, and then flew away
Yeah.
in that same thing. So you're now trying to get,
Okay.
that'll work. I feel like it's
Do it.
it's the mid ground in between the two extremes there.
Yep.
Action oriented.
Right.
Rule of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. That's my turn.
All right. So Silver Mask is now running up to the guy with the horse, who reaches down an arm, and they pull them up onto the back of the horse, and they seem to be riding towards you and then veering off towards.
If there was a dex check or involved, he does have disadvantage.
That's fair.
Dope.
We'll give that a shot.
I like it.
Nope, he got a 15, which I feel like would be enough to
Oh yeah.
pop up on there.
I'm sure it's not the first time they've done it.
Right. It definitely, they don't seem particularly happy. But, like, it didn't look like it was without pain, if that makes sense, because he's pulling him up and he's got this big wound on his back. That can't be fun.
All right. So now they're riding in my direction, both of them.
Kind of. They're riding on the road, off, skirting it, so they'll get within 40 foot of you as they're trying to bolt past you to go somewhere. You're not entirely
Okay.
sure where that's somewhere.
Let's figure out where they are when it's my turn.
Oh, you do notice when the guy gets up onto there, he does. He has the back of the rider's shirt, and seems to be yelling something at the person.
Okay.
So, yeah, the other person has the thing up, the hood up, and is just looking. Go ahead and make an insight check, actually.
Roll high or die. I can't make checks today at all. I rolled a 2. So a 3 again.
Right.
A
So
3 check.
you're like, just shrug. And you're like,
Giving them instructions.
Right.
I don't know what the hell
Yeah,
they're
you're in the
talking
middle of a fight. You're like, who cares? Perfect. All right.
Just like trying to lead them.
So the guy that just got popped a few times is now pulled the horse back entirely and is turning away from you, is letting the wagon go and leaving you alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yizgalan is riding up towards you guys, but doesn't seem to be chasing him, just chasing the wagon.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay.
So Shkaba is now flying away from the people that are on the road back towards the cart, and he flies, what is it, like 50, 60 foot or something?
It's
It's
pretty
a
good.
lot.
I think,
it's-
didn't he get mobility? So he was an air croaker with 50 flight, and now he has 10 more, so he's at 60
60,
foot.
yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, because he can go 60
Yeah,
feet
I
up in
thought
the
it
air.
was good.
That's
He's,
what it
he's
is.
flying a
60
horse
feet.
and a half speed.
Yeah, he's just
So-
like, I'm out.
Fly like an eagle.
Which is why I don't give him too much shit for like flying and not riding a horse. It's like he's faster than the
Yeah,
damn horses.
yeah. Hey,
so-
we needed the horses, so it was fine.
He has time to fly, rest, wait for us.
Yeah.
and then
Right.
Fly again.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
'cause
just for fun. He's
Yeah.
like here for funsies. He's like,
if
I
you
can
guys
just-
all traveled an hour's worth, he'd be able to sit around for a half hour waiting for you guys to catch up.
I'll meet you there, and I'll get a short rest in. I'm waiting for
Just
you.
when you order lunch. It's fine waiting. It's fine.
All right, so
Alright.
he did his thing.
Yes, and Rebels.
And the riders,
They are-
riders on the single horse are
they
how
are-
far from me now?
They will get within 40 foot of you, but right now they're a little bit farther away from that. So they're probably 80-ish foot away.
All right. I'm going to.
You'll basically, midway through their next turn, they'll ride up past you and then get away. See what I'm saying?
Yep. I'm going to move first. And
Sure.
I'm going to run up my movement. I'm going to.
To intersect them where they're going to be or towards where they are
If
right
I
now?
see they're turning, I'm going to go into where their arc would be. So I
Gotcha.
can get as
Okay,
close
perfect.
as possible.
So you'd be within 10 foot of them once they run past that area.
That's not within my reach, unfortunately. I will get to there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pass my spear off into my shield hand in
Okay.
order to free up my casting hand?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And I'll throw an Eldritch Blast at.
I think you can also use your weapon as.
Not yet.
Oh,
not,
that's
not
the
until
next
I'm
thing.
actually
Yeah, that's-
conjuring my weapon.
Gotcha. So
And
you,
then I can.
and we'll say for now, the AC for the shield will be 1.
Okay. Instead of that, then I'm going to just jam it in the ground as
Gotcha.
a free action. Reach out, clench my fist.
And then you'd be able to actually.
Karen's
object
boulders will
direction.
take you down. And I will aim for. Which one's on the back?
The silver mask.
I will aim for the silver mask.
Alrighty. He does have
Get him, Dave.
some cover from the guy that's in front of him because they're riding towards you and he's on a horse, that kind of thing. So, but it's
But they're turning, right? So
They're-
I got them sidelined.
so if you're standing here, they're back here a bit and they're riding up this way. So I guess once they get to here, then yes, you'd be able to hit them when they come by. So it would be more of like a held action.
Well, yeah, I'll wait until they're broadside so
Gotcha.
I don't
Okay.
get any cover.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
I'm just
absolutely.
gonna let it go with the silver mask guy. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that would hit.
and I'm going to knock him back 10 feet.
Gotcha.
So hopefully knock him off the horse, and
Yep.
also do a D10 and a D6 plus 2.
All right. This should knock him out.
12 more points of damage
Hey.
and throws him 10 feet off the horse.
He doesn't seem to brace himself from the fall, just tumbles.
All right, that's my turn.
So
So I'm
now
just
they are-
standing there with my shield and spear, which
They
is
are
in the
20 foot away from
ground,
you. Yep.
and just a bare hand.
The guy that is, as he's riding, he ends up kind of pulling up on the reins and trying to stop his horse and then turn around to come get the person. But yeah, all right. So they would be within. That person is within 20. So, but more or less, both of them are within 20 foot of you in different directions.
Perfect.
And which would
Jeremy right in the middle there too?
You
Because I
are
did
close
60
to
feet
Ribos.
to Ribos
yes,
since
and the
my...
Ribos had moved 30 foot away from you, so they are 50 foot away from you on the ground, and then 50-ish. It's on an angle, so it's probably more like 55 foot away for the
Because there's the
horse.
one that was the silver mask and the guy that was running towards Ribos, right? And then making
Oh
a
yeah,
turn.
and that's where you guys are.
And then
Yeah,
there
right
was
now.
a guy, wasn't there a guy behind the cart that turned around because of his Gallon?
Yes, but
And
that's
he's-
way off.
Oh, he's way off.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sweet. Okay,
He is going
perfect.
to. He looks like he's coming towards this direction, but it's going to take him a little bit because it's been a few rounds since he made it out that way.
Okay, all right, sounds good. And knock Silver Mask off, and this guy is going around. Okay, got it. I got the picture now.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to move up 30 feet and kind of come up on Ribos here, but
Yep.
I also see the guy like turning around to go get the Silver Mask guy, and I'm going to get my book out and lick my fingers, flip to the page, and I'm gonna look up at him as he's starting to turn, and I'm just gonna be like, "Halt!" And I'm command word, halt him to stop.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Wisdom save.
Do it.
What's your DC?
14.
That's what they roll.
Dang.
So they kind of shake their head. And they're like, "No!" and keep
She's just
keep
like,
heading up.
I tried.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Did I sense that the silver masked rider died when can I sense that through my
he
my
died.
hexes?
Oh, so he's not dead,
Okay.
but he is not. He didn't brace his fall.
Fair. Okay.
it's an 11 insight.
11. This guy doesn't like. He's not breaking like a lot of like if you've got a peasant, a horse, and a bow, they would not be here right now. They'd run, you know. But at the same time, he doesn't appear to be throwing himself down to die.
Right.
So just to kind of get an insight on what their relationship seems to be.
Okay.
But he definitely seems to have a vested interest in the guy that's on the ground.
Right. Perfect. Nope. That's good. And she's weak yet, and she's just like, last of her like magical effort, and she's just like, ugh. Okay, Ribos, whatever you're going to do, make it happen. And she's just like, and that's it for her. That was it.
Alrighty.
Congratulations, Jeremy.
Sunny. You are on the car. Well, you
Yeah,
can fly
I'm
up
pretty
to up to the wagon at this point, or you can chase the guy down that just ran
Okay.
away from you, essentially.
Ribos and Jeremy are both like way out of my
Way,
sight. Yeah,
hundreds
so,
of foot away at this point.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah.
But
To the point where actually, based off the slight meandering of the road,
Yeah.
you can tell where they're at, but you can't. You can see them, but you'd be hard pressed to be like, "That's Jeremy, and that's Ribos."
well, I think at this
Yeah.
point, because I was inside and then distracted when I came out, I would have
Yeah,
zero
yeah,
idea what he would.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so-
you know that there's a fight back there, and you know that your
Yeah.
friends are back there,
Okay.
and that's about it.
But
But like for example,
Yuzgalan is next to the
Shkaba,
cart.
no idea. Yeah,
Okay. great.
Yuzgalan is riding up, so you'd be able to land on Yuzgalan's horse if you'd like.
Okay. I've seen this guy turn and go the other direction at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I will go up to Isgalan's horse.
Mhm.
It's kind of like how I do with Jeremy and like
Right.
chin over
She's a
the
lot taller, so
shoulder.
you're like
Yeah.
kicking your feet behind. Just
trying to climb up her back
Right,
and her
that'll
arm
work.
or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
So, I don't see our other friends. Did you see? Where's Ribos and where's Jeremy? And should I stay in the cart to watch the potatoes? I'm not sure if I should stay in
They're
the
still
cart
in
or
there?
not. Yeah, the potatoes
Nobody
were
made
in
it to
there.
it.
I checked. No, I checked.
perfect.
Yeah, they were in there.
And
I left.
she's still rides. She's like, you can go back for them, but I need to stay with this.
Okay, but you are pretty tough. But where will you be? I don't want to lose you.
We'll go to the church.
And I get sad for like a moment. Like, I don't want to lose another friend.
You can stay with if you
Okay.
need.
Oh, what if they need my help? Oh God.
You're getting
Okay,
a
I'm gonna
stomach
fly
ache
really,
again.
really fast, okay? Okay, the church. What church? What's a church?
The ask Jeremy.
Okay, all right, I'll go find him. I'll go find him, and I will just like shoot with whatever movement
Sure,
I have
yeah.
to get.
Yeah. Are you using a key point for Step of the Wind?
Yeah, I think
Fair
at this
question.
point I would. Yeah.
That would put you at 100 foot back, and so you'd be a couple rounds before you got to them still, because you have been moving this entire time.
Yeah.
But it's a 40 foot for action, 40 foot for movement, and then let's say the bonus action you'd have to move 20 foot ish to get the Ysgalen's thing, and then so another 20 foot over, so 100 total.
Okay. Also, as I'm like traveling,
Oh,
yeah, as I'm traveling back down the trail in the direction in which I think they
Oh,
are,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be looking.
There's a bunch of
Shua.
dead horses and people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of destruction on the way.
Yeah,
So
that I
it's
was not
arrows.
privy to
Oh, yeah.
at all. So.
Yep, a lot
Oh,
happening.
so really happy I'll sleep it through most of this.
So did Sunny run past the other guy on the horse going back?
You'd probably be like neck and neck with that dude at this point. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
he's riding on a horse as fast as he can. You're just,
What's up, wizard?
which
Wait,
is,
I still have an action to pop in the face.
give me another, an insight. And you wouldn't, by catching up to him, you'd have to use all of your stuff in order to get to him.
Insight, you said yes,
Yes.
so 12.
You could tell that Ysgalen was frustrated with you for some reason that you couldn't put your finger on.
Everybody's frustrated with me always.
You do remember her saying specifically, Sunny, stop flying.
So, okay, with that,
Sure. But
And-
you just like, you're like flying next to a horse. You're like, well, lost
as that
cause.
like,
Yeah.
triggers in my mind,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, shoot! And I'll like just land and let him keep fucking going. Shit, I gotta walk! I gotta walk! Supposed to be walking. Just walking! I step over a dead horse and like move around.
Just walking.
Right?
I'm
Weird,
walking!
Just a normal
weirdly
person
enough,
here walking.
you'd still be able to move that same movement speed. That's the weirdest part about it. So
Yeah.
you'd just be
You're actually like
like,
hovering above the ground, but you're like power walking.
Shit!
yep, there you go.
And I'm walking, and he takes off on his horse, I presume, and I'm in search of these two.
Gotcha.
Fair turn, right?
All right.
Team.
The guy that is on the horse that is near you guys sees kind of what's happening here, and
It's dangerous.
Yes, I'm scared.
Roll those dice.
he takes a shot at Jeremy.
Every time I knew it was coming. Every time
I'm
I
sorry.
don't use my blade ward, I get it every time.
Rabos is like, come on, shoot
Yep.
me.
Well, what's your AC? Because you didn't roll very well.
14. No, he probably won't. Last time he said that, he critted
Yeah,
on
It's
me.
14.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
5 damage.
All right. Thank you,
Yep.
Ribos.
So you're thunk, and Jeremy
she
catches an
literally
arrow.
says, "Why every time? Why?"
And then the guy, he looks like he's pulling up another thing and starts to move the horse away from where you guys are and the Silver Mask is. So he ends up moving the horse 40 foot further down the road towards the wagon. So out of a spot where you could run up and stab him, essentially, is kind of his thing. But he seems to have the bow ready for another thing. And he's looking a little skittish.
Yeah, me
So-
too.
Yes, his and then
God.
all right.
Take you outside.
You guys both give me a perception check.
19.
16.
Okay. You guys both see the rider coming towards you guys from the where the wagon was.
That's the guy that shot me, right?
No.
Oh, that was the other guy. That
Yeah,
shot
that's the
me.
guy that's
Okay.
on the ground unconscious.
Okay, gotcha.
Or dead. Well, not dead. Not
No,
dead.
we-
So not
yeah.
moving. he's on the ground limp.
Got him shot on
But,
the ground?
Not
Kidding
having a
me?
good time.
Oh yeah.
A sniper over there. Fine.
There's the other guys running towards you guys, but it's going to be a little bit before he gets here. And yeah. Oh, you also see Shkaba like flying through the woods and landing. Like he's being sneaky, trying his best.
I don't see him doing.
No. You're still pretty far away.
Is he still pot shotting at the enemies to keep them busy?
Yeah, he looks like he's every other time he's doing it now to break out kind of where he's going to be, kind of thing. But
Good thinking.
yes, the other people seem to be just leaving. They're not approaching you guys. They're just going the other direction on the road. They don't want any part of this now.
And
From what you've done.
the rider that circled back,
So yes,
they
there's
had the
two
silver
riders.
with him,
Yes.
silver mask
And
with
he
him,
rode 40 foot down the road.
but stopped and he's got an arrow notch.
Yeah, because he fired the thing and then he rode off a little bit, but he looks like he's going to be firing backwards towards you guys.
Fair. So my go,
Yes.
and he's 40 feet away from me.
Yes. Yes, you would be.
I will raise my fist. The stones will take you. Eldritch blast him.
Sure.
I will use my inspiration
All right.
to roll worse.
Oh.
So I'll take my first roll, and I'll use my bardic inspiration to make it a 16 total.
That hits.
All right, and knock him back 10 feet, so hopefully knocks him off.
Goes flying off the.
That's
And
Silver
thing.
Mask
does
guy?
9
No,
points.
Silver Mask guy's on the ground already.
Okay.
And does 9 points of
I got this.
damage.
Yeah.
You do hear a sickening crack as he hits the ground.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So I'll snatch up my spear out of the ground, and
Sure.
I'll start running towards the silver mask guy.
Yep. He is 20 foot away from you, on the ground, not moving.
All right, well, I'll run right up to him
Mhm.
and just look. I already used my action.
Sure,
so
sure.
I'm
They're
just,
getting
like,
ready to
for him to
stab.
move. Like
Right.
he moves.
Sure,
I'm
sure.
gonna try to get him. Well, if he tries to get away from me anyway.
Gotcha.
That's it. That's my turn.
Alrighty.
Drive
Jeremy.
Where'd that horse be?
That horse is 40 foot away.
Alright.
It didn't seem to be it kind of reared up when its rider got knocked off, but it's just kind of clopping around a little bit. The guy that's on the ground doesn't seem to be moving, and there seems to be a reddish pile of
She's gonna
liquid.
take advantage of the massacre and try
Right.
to make her way to the horse.
Sure.
And
You'd be able to get within 10 foot of it with one movement.
right.
And then you can go ahead and make an animal handling to not spook it off.
Okay, let's just do that first. That just
Sure.
seems like the right.
Yeah,
Let's
and you
just
would
see
be
if I
within
can
10
actually
foot of
do
it,
this.
so
Right.
then that way, you could,
You're like, hey, it's
if you
good.
calm it down, you'd be able to mount it with half of the movement speed by using
a
your action
dash.
to get onto them.
Gotcha.
Yep.
You got it. You got it. Let's not suck. Not sucking. Great. That's an 18.
18?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, I'm really hurt. I'm just like,
you
please
come
make
back,
this work. That's
It,
okay.
it didn't seem to be running away from you, and then you come
I'm
up
gonna
to
use
it
my
and-
dash and just be like,
Climb
okay,
up
all right,
and-
good horsey. And I just sit there for
right?
a minute.
You're like
and
hanging
like,
halfway on the saddle. The
now
horse
that
is
I'm
still
on the
moving.
horse, can I use its movement, or is that just my?
For now, no.
no, I
But
didn't think so. That was a
for the
weird.
next thing. Yeah, no, absolutely. And technically, yes, but
Yeah,
this is where
that's-
D&D breaks down a little bit.
Exactly.
Mounted combat rules they're fucked.
I have so much trouble with mounted combat rules. So
Yep.
perfect. Yeah, I'm
Half
on the
of it is
horse and
you
I'm
gotta
like
make
about to pull it and take it towards Ribos. Like just come on, and that's everything.
Alrighty.
That's everything. Not doing much, but doing something.
So you're still moving towards
I'm on
the
the
thing?
trail, yeah,
Gotcha.
so-
And you're speed walking
I
on the
am
ground?
mall walking.
Gotcha. All right. So you use your
While
movement. Are
running.
you using your action for the movement? Action to dash?
Say
Or no?
that again. I was envisioning myself mall walking.
You're right. So you use your movement, and then are you using your action to dash?
Can I make a perception for what's around me?
Yeah,
Like,
go
am I
ahead.
hovering?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What would be the term for mall walking? So I
Right.
had a whole thought process.
I
in
get a
that
feeling that
moment.
Sunny like almost takes a step, and then like the next step is way farther than it should be. You know what I mean? Like she's technically still flying.
It's like the opposite of film running,
Right,
where,
right.
where you run slow but make it look like you're taking huge strides.
They
While
just
you're-
put bitches on treadmills nowadays.
Fair.
That is a solid 4 for my perception.
All right. So, You're just like heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe.
Exactly. Then in that case, I will dash over
Gotcha.
down the trail, still just kind of like looking
All right.
around, like I think they were this way.
So and you're neck and neck with this guy on a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So cute.
yeah, oh yeah, yep, absolutely. And which they keep looking
I'm
over at
good.
you.
I was gonna say, I want to let. Well, he's on a horse. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
Morning.
Yep.
Morning.
Can I just be like, I'll race you?
And they just keep going. Yep.
Because now I'm distracted.
Oh, yeah,
Now
yeah,
I'm like,
there you
this is really neat. And I just look at him and I'll say, I'll race you.
Yep. Yep.
And that's it.
All right.
I'm keeping up with him. This is beautiful.
So there's only one enemy now in the vicinity. It's the person on the horse, and they see you lifting up the thing, and they go, "Damn it!" and then pull off towards you, Sonny,
Okay.
looking to almost run you down with the horse.
Right
what-
his legs.
What's your AC?
16.
All right. Yeah. As it goes, you just kind of like back up slightly, and the horse goes over top of you.
Woo!
Yep. And then they start riding off as fast as they can around you guys, trying to keep as far away as physically possible, but seem to be going down the road away from this. They're fleeing.
So
That's
they turn
cheating.
back toward our cart?
No.
Or
So
they're
they're,
still
riding
towards
towards
Jeremy and I.
towards the
and
Silver
me.
Mask at first, and then they're like, "Oh shit, Silver Mask guy's not doing so hot,"
Right.
and went.
But how
the
wide
same-
is the road?
So you guys were going westward, so they're going east from the way you guys came. So the wagon is going westward.
Which is way where Jeremy and I are.
Correct.
So he's still riding towards us,
Yes,
but he's trying to take a
go-
wide
yeah,
berth.
like getting off the road in order to
Oh.
get away from you guys,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Not gonna
sounded
pick
like
him
he was
up
still
center,
on
but
the
just
road.
like
Yeah, he's like now has made an angle away from you guys into a field,
Going
and then
off the road.
yeah,
Gotcha,
Okay.
yeah,
gotcha.
trying to
makes
just
sense.
get the hell out.
You
Yep.
call him a cheater as he goes away.
loser.
All right, and so yes, there's a man on the ground unconscious. The combat is effectively over unless you guys want to chase this person down.
That's kind of about to wrap up here,
So-
I think.
Hey, look, how far is that rider?
He's still a couple 100 foot westward.
Oh, way far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only person that might be able to catch them is either Sunny, Shkaba, or Jeremy. Now that Jeremy's on a horse,
Fair.
depending on how good you are with horses.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Hard.
Your feet don't even like reach the stirrups. You're just holding
I'm
on
just
for
like,
dear life.
No. Do, 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 do.
I'll kneel on its chest,
Sure,
not too heavily,
gotcha.
just to kind of keep it from getting away.
Sure.
But not crush it, and just try to get an idea of how is its breathing.
Sure,
Is it,
yeah.
like, is it actively dying, or
Go
is
ahead
it
and
just
make a
unconscious?
medicine check. You do see that there is a large gash on the head. Like head wounds, they bleed quite a bit, but it is still breathing and bleeding.
Yeah, 19.
19. They're still alive, but not by much.
Fair. I look over and see Jeremy. Is Jeremy riding in my?
Yep.
Yep, I'm riding towards you.
direction? All right, I'll just stay in that position with my spear right near its throat, ready in action. Is
Sure. To murder it if it gets up.
I'm gonna. Can I ready an intimidation?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Like-
that's fine.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not wanting to kill it, but it just
Mm. Like,
keep,
don't
it,
fucking
keep
move,
it from
bitch.
doing
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that's fine. And I would let you kind of combo that a little bit since we're not really in combat anymore.
Sure.
Just being like menacing them, and then if they get up, then you
Like,
if they go to attack, like if they pull out a dagger and go to stab you, kind of thing.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Like I'm super angry right now, so I'm
Sure.
just start chanting to myself
Sure.
in Elvish, trying to calm myself down
Right.
and like get my focus, so I don't just kill this thing out of pure battle
He's
rage.
ritualistically chanting and spear over top of this person.
Jeremy's just like, that looks about right.
Just like trying to wipe the grime off myself.
Sure. You see
The
Shkaba
opposite of my
comes
normal.
flapping down, and you see there are a couple arrows sticking out of Shkaba. He's not he's not feeling great. He goes, they ran away.
Yes, thanks to you. You kept them busy so I could take care of this thing.
Ribos, are you going to sacrifice him? That's what it looks like you're doing. We need to catch up to
No,
the
you're still
cart.
moving forward. You can
And
hear
she's
me
like,
talking,
yeah.
I'm trying to hold my hand here. Maybe we can get some information.
but it's easy. You go like this.
Shkawa, you're fast. Go catch up cart.
Okay.
And she like kind of like was like, that was not a good sentence.
And he's like, okay. And goes flying.
All right. At least there's that. Rebels, I think I'm dying. I'm probably and there's like a
Jeremy.
arrow like kicking out of my shoulder, just like
Which she's not acknowledging. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Jeremy himself is
yeah, just like very tired.
Jeremy,
looking.
come over here, please.
I'm coming. Are you going to get on the horse or here? Come join me.
I don't think we'll catch them. Let's see what we can do with this thing. I don't know that it's. I don't know. It's not what I expected.
All right. Good horse. And pats it and gets off and just my shoulder. Oh, okay. I
you
felt
know,
that.
like Jeremy would have to like almost slide
Yeah,
off the horse,
it's like-
but there's an arrow
yeah,
sticking
it's
out, so just all the way down.
Oh,
Like,
ow.
Hang on. Jeremy needs maybe one
Jeremy's
second.
not battle hardened. She doesn't know.
This is wrong.
Jeremy doesn't know
Right
that
here.
yet. right?
Yeah, Jeremy has never came close to that before until now.
Jeremy, come here.
Okay, I'm coming.
As she approaches, I'll stab my spear into the ground next to the thing's head, and I'll reach over and snap the arrow off.
Snap his arrow off.
Hold still. That just gets in the way.
Yep.
Am I close enough to hear this commotion at
Uh,
this
you,
point?
you can hear Jeremy scream out as yeah.
I'll start like
Come here.
the equivalent of fairy mall walking.
gotcha.
Rivals, is that you? Jeremy?
You can see them standing there talking and
Okay.
stuff like that, but it's
hearing
making out their
something?
conversation a couple hundred feet away is difficult. But you're getting
And I
closer and
was
closer.
Seeing Shkaba.
Sure.
flying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Shikaba is just hello.
where are you going?
That way.
Where have you been? Hey, I put out fire. That was pretty bad. And I will approach you guys. Hey, I got hit by an arrow too.
Jeremy looks. Yeah?
But just one. You're definitely worse than me. And I just kind of like cover like where I got shot.
Jeremy's very, very happy you're feeling
I'm
better,
okay.
but.
Can either of you keep this thing alive long enough for us to talk to it?
It was a little bit for you to get there, so it's been since you guys have been standing over top of it. It's been a good 30 seconds,
Is it still breathing?
something like that. I'll go ahead and make another medicine check. It was breathing pretty shallowly
18 again?
before. It seemed to have stopped breathing.
Wasn't the whole point of you guys chasing it down to make it like not breathe?
At this point, I'll just like take its mask off.
Sure. When you go to grab the mask, you grab the bottom of its chin.
And the mask, it's
It doesn't
like
even feel
part-
like metal.
part
No,
of
you
its
grab
face.
it. You grab it. It just feels like you're grabbing somebody's chin. And then you're touching it. and
yeah,
your-
like
your
tap
hand
it.
is like going into the mask.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like an illusion. What devilry is this?
I have a cool mask. Mine's not shiny like that one though.
I'll start
That's
searching
wood.
searching its body and belongings.
Go ahead and make an investigation. Yeah. So do you pull out the thing?
Yeah, I'll pull
Yeah.
out my mask and be like, see guys, look, and I attached this really cool crown. Did you guys see my crown?
14.
It's very nice.
Go ahead and describe the crown for everybody. So this seems to be a similar thing to what Sunny has been working on the entire time that she's been sick.
Sunmut, help
Or
me.
Sunmut.
Give me, Sunmut, okay.
Yeah.
Sunmut. Yeah, Sunmut.
He showed me some new tricks that I could do. So what I did is I took this crown that I've been carrying it around for a while. I think it's been in my family, but it's really pretty. Look at these, like, I have pink flowers over here. There's some green ones. I'm like in your face trying to show this to you because I'm so proud of it.
And it's just like you hear the wheezing as you get close, like definitely like not a pleasant sound.
Maybe you should probably take care of that. I don't really want there to get blood on it. And then I remember the wood mask that we found in the thing, it was in the lightning that happened, but now I put it on here. See how I attached it? It's my wood mask, but then it also has a crown. Don't I look pretty?
Yes.
I'm
Very
just
pretty.
standing
Sunny.
there so proud of my mask.
I'm very happy you're feeling better, but
Thanks. And I will reach down and attempt to try to like tap on this mask to see if it feels like my mask. I wish mine was shiny.
So as Rybos is like turning it over, looking for pockets and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
then you come up and you're
Yeah, literally just like trying to
so
tap
it just
on
sounds like like you're just hitting their face,
Oh,
which
maybe
is
I don't want a shiny mask.
and as you guys are searching them over and that kind of thing, all of the skin is a very pale white. The blood that's on this thing is red, but a very deep shade of red, almost black. What'd you get for the, what is it, 13 you said?
14.
14? So searching through, you do find the arrows that it had, the bow that it had. There is a symbol on the neck of it, which is a mask. Almost like a medallion-esque looking thing.
I will, if there's a clasp, I'll
Sure.
unclasp it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little leather tie.
Okay, and I'll put that in my pouch to check it out later.
Sure.
So you said it was a necklace?
Yes.
A medallion?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Seems to be some sort of religious symbol.
Can I hear anything now that I have the mask on from any of the plants?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You have to. So you figured out that when you have it on, you have to address the plants,
Okay.
and then they'll talk to you.
Okay.
Like when you put it on, they don't necessarily shout to you because they're not used to that, but they will respond to your questions.
I'm gonna like go to the nearest tree
Sure.
and kind of like lean on it. Be like, so, I mean, I like my wood mask, but the shiny was part. Do you know what that shiny mask is?
And there's a moment of pause, and then this thing isn't it's not super large, so it's not one of the older ones that you talk to.
My skills are gone.
And then it responds, and goes, it must be one of the manling things.
Oh, like Rybos is a manly thing, and Jeremy is a manly
manling,
thing.
you all.
Manling.
The talking ones that chop things down, yes.
Oh, I'm not a manling. I'm a fairy.
What? And it doesn't seem to understand what that means. You know what I mean? Like, you said fairy, and it's like, how's
I'm gonna
that?
fly up and like do zoomies around the tree.
You almost get a, like, I don't understand what the difference is essentially what it. So sometimes what the tree's talking with is more of a baseline feeling rather than words. So when you say fairy, it understands what you said,
Yeah,
but it doesn't have any words for you. It's just like, it's the equivalent of a tree shrug.
okay. Don't worry, I'll never cut you down, and I'll give it a really big squeeze.
It seems to be happy at that. Just, but more like a.
Jeremy's just like,
Tree huggers.
Rybos, what are we going to do? We have enough time. There's potatoes, and I have a horse, and we need to go.
This kind of got really weird for
So
a
they had
second.
a short
but
bow.
she's that way.
Yeah. The short bow, arrows.
How many arrows left?
30. It started off with 40. Now they have 30.
So I had 2 quivers of
Yeah, that'll work.
30.
They do have. It's full of dice. They have 2 platinum pieces,
Nice.
Get it, babe.
Gotten it.
5 gold,
Gotten it good.
and 10 silver.
They have all these in like a single pouch.
A couple pouches.
How many silver?
It's 10 silver.
Got it.
The silver is in one pouch, and then the rest is hidden in various pockets.
I'll put all the
but
coins
nothing
in
in the
it.
shirt. There's no like pockets in the shirt or the pants. It's all on a belt.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And in fact, when you're searching through the pockets of the clothing, you notice that there's cloth, but there are no pockets. You go to reach into the pocket, and there's nothing in the pocket. Like there's no pocket. You're
Right.
just like,
Bizarre.
yeah,
Don't understand. I'll take the whole belt
sure.
and
And
pouches and
clip
all.
that off, and there you go.
Put it on.
So when you pull off the belt, the outfit disappears, mask and all. Now this all
chivalry.
but naked, very pale skinned creature is lying there. It has a nose, but there's no cartilage in there. It's not flopping around, but it's almost like it it just cuts off, and then the slits are more on the sides than they are nostrils.
And you said the wounded areas show
That's
like
on
a
the
black
back.
flesh
Yes,
underneath.
yeah, black flesh, but then red blood, but very dark. They appear to be as humanoid as any of you, and this one is seems to be missing an eye. It has a big old cut from it, and which you so you remember that from when Sunmut shot it in the eye.
That's the one that got away before.
Yep.
So are we gonna go catch up with Isgalin?
Yes.
She still has the potatoes.
We absolutely need to do that.
Is there more
Okay.
horses?
I have one.
There doesn't seem to be any other horses around. All the other ones were either picked up or dead.
We can ride together. Sonny, you're fast if you fly.
Oh, Isgalin's gonna get me out of me if I fly some more though.
You
Sonny,
hear,
just
you hear
do
in
it.
your head, and it doesn't come from a tree. Weirdly enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yep.
walk really fast. I don't know. I
So-
don't think all three of us can get on this damn
You
horse.
go ahead and make a wisdom
Okay.
check.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay.
You sure?
Or intelligence. I'll let you do intelligence.
It's always nice to ask
Is
that.
the other one.
Wisdom's right.
Wisdom's great. All right.
Ooh, 18.
18. The voice seemed to come from Jeremy. Yeah. While Jeremy was yelling at you, you also heard
Okay.
like just a frustrated noise.
But I have like enough intuition to be like, hey, stop yelling at me.
Well, Jeremy was yelling at you,
Yeah.
but there was another thing happening in the background that was in your head.
Okay.
Yep.
Jeremy's just like,
It almost seemed to be
Yes.
emanating from the crown.
you can fly.
I
This
gotta
is
get
one of those situations where you can fly. Fly as fast as you can, catch up to his garden. We'll be right behind you, right, Ribos? Come on.
Yes, yes. And do I feel anything as I strap the belt on?
You strap the belt on, and then you're looking at it, and nothing seems to be happening.
But it's functional as a
Yeah,
belt.
the belt functions. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'll
So
worry about that
It is
later.
a thick leather belt that has pouches almost like they were slipped onto the outside of it and then sewn on, kind of thing. Like it was in addition to. It doesn't seem to be a part of the belt, but added on to the belt. It's almost like there's like a loop where the pouch sits on.
Got it.
But yeah.
I'll go mount the horse.
You
Wait,
you want to ride,
real
and
quick.
I will ride on the back?
Did you look at the belt or anything like that, or just picked it up, put it on?
I mean, only cursory because
Sure,
we're
sure, yeah.
trying to get caught up.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just
Jeremy's
slap it on,
distracting.
ready to go.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I just
Yeah,
no
no
I
problem.
wanted the pouches, and then I was
Right.
obviously surprised when I
Right,
took
yeah,
the belt
that's
off
fucking
and like
weird.
all of a
Got
sudden this creature's naked.
All right.
Yeah.
You grab the reins around me, and I'll just try to sit in front of you and keep my composure.
Okay,
there-
well, just be ready to take the reins if we need to fight
Of course,
on the ride.
of course, I do my best.
You're doing great.
As they're doing that, hey, so like, Isgalin said to meet her at the thing. It's like a urge or a perch or a. She said to tell you. I wasn't sure. Like,
Perch.
sure.
Like Shkaba?
Birds.
No,
We're going to a nest. I don't understand.
That probably wasn't a nest, although I'm really tired. Nest would be really nice.
Let's just go in that direction.
We're
We'll
going
figure
to a
it out.
town, and we're looking for a church.
I kick the horse at this point.
Let's go.
There you go. All right, you start riding off and leaving all the other dead bodies behind.
Definitely,
This is just a lot of carnage, a lot of dead horses. And he was like,
accidents happen.
that's for somebody else's problem.
For
Let's go.
sure.
We got bigger
All
problems.
right, so you guys ride the rest of the half a day. And as you're going, are you going at a breakneck speed or are you going at a reasonable person speed?
I am zoomies because I want to let Isgalin know
Gotcha.
that I have found them.
Sure.
That they're headed in this direction.
Right, fine. Go ahead.
And we don't want to ride the horse to death,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
I agree.
I think they've had as much stress as we have at this point.
Well, hopefully
I'll just go
Shkaba
ride
has gotten
hard.
there, and yes, go Sunny, go!
Gotcha. All right, Sonny, you go zooming off. After about a quarter of the day, so go ahead and actually go ahead and make a Constitution save as you're flying forward as fast as you can for as long as you can.
Okay. 14.
14. So you're able to do it without getting an exhaustion
Okay.
level, but you are able to make it up to the wagon where they're moving at a nothing crazy. They're moving at like a regular speed.
as soon as I get within eyesight, I stop hovering and like go back to my mall walk.
You do see Shkaba wave at you from the top of the thing.
You know, I like this a lot more when I'm in your pocket. I'm getting really tired down here.
And
Probably
he's like,
hurry up and get back.
I can't hear you.
He feels the dirty look. I know he does.
Yizgalin does come up to you when you come on up.
Is she still on her horse?
Yes.
I'm gonna like in front of her splay. Yes, really far.
Where are the others?
They're coming. I'm really tired. I have a headache.
No
I'm
more
so
followed you?
sick.
Are they still fighting?
No. Why would I come back here if they were fighting? I would help them fight.
Okay.
Okay. And just like at this point,
That's the most absurd
like
question.
a
All right.
baby in front of her while she's holding the reins, just
Sure.
like.
Uh,
Oh, did you see my pretty crowd?
And you had, like, so you have the you notice that as you were flying, this wasn't on purpose, but there's the mask that sits over top,
Yeah.
and there's the crown,
Yeah.
and then the while you were flying, it kept flapping up, and you kept putting it down, and it kept flapping up, but you accidentally made it a visor about it. So there you go.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, so either you have it on your on there, or you can tilt it up to you.
Exhaustion. Oh, look it, and I'll put it down.
Sure. Every time you have it down, when you put it down there, you did hear Yizgalin go, sunny, sunny, sunny. But from your head, on top of them saying sunny, 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 it's just this, like, worried groan.
Yeah.
Like an anxious thing. That she seems to, while she's talking to you, kind of spits that out to you.
I'm gonna assume it's not me that she's anxious about, and just I said they're on their way. They're coming.
That's fine.
I think the guy with the silver weird, like, non-existent but existent. I couldn't tap on it.
What?
It's a little weird mask thing.
What?
I don't know.
Let's
the
just,
silver
Sunmut, pull over. And then they pull off to the side and wait for you guys to approach.
Jeremy, I found this short bow. Do you need it?
So she's kind of like,
Hey, it's okay. You can put arrows in other people with this thing.
oh no, I have my own, and she does. She actually has her own little short bow that she has never used. I know how to use this, but yes, I do have one.
Okay, I'll just like kind of embrace her with one arm so she doesn't fall off the horse
just,
and
like,
just ride
passing
until
out.
we catch up to the cart.
I'm very
Sunny,
low on
go ahead and
points.
make a Constitution save.
Okay. 17.
All right, you do hear almost like the tinnitus ringing thing that you had immediately after the lightning strike, and a headache starts coming on, but
Yeah.
it's not unbearable.
Okay.
But it
I'm
is.
gonna go check on the potatoes. By that I mean I'm gonna go nap with the potatoes.
That's fine.
And I will go there and I'll just do like a little peek.
hmm
And then I'm actually gonna go.
It's pretty gross. It's been a couple days.
Is it-
Yeah,
is it pretty yucky?
it's been almost a week. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a week-old dead body.
I had put my I had put a little urn thing in there or something.
Yeah.
One
Yes,
of the
yes,
jars
yep.
inside for me to hide it. I'm going to do that and then like close the thing. So
Sure.
I'm in there with the deuter in case we get
Right. Gotcha.
like about how. But I'm sleeping. I'm
All right.
already asleep.
Perfect. So you'd be able to get at least a short rest in there. So if you want to
Okay.
use any hit dice or you get back whatever you get off of a short rest, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Jeremy, go ahead and make a concentration check.
You said
Ramos, you're
Constitution.
riding, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's
I
sitting
don't know,
in
that's
front
the
of me.
Constitution.
Yep. So and this is to see if you can get a short rest in there as you're riding.
Just a check, Constitution, or
Check, yeah.
Constitution check. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 16.
16, yeah. Yes, you can. So you're able to get enough of a rest on this horse for the couple hours that you're getting out to accumulate as a short rest.
Sweet!
There.
Let me just roll a bunch of hit
That's
die.
more than an hour. Temporary hit points go away.
Yep. But you're able to about another quarter of the day. So it's already past noon, and then now you're about halfway to where you're going when they had stopped. So you see the cart off to the side, and Shkaba's sitting on the top and waves you down.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad to see you.
Hey, I'm glad to see you too.
Oh, I think this horse and I both need a rest, at least for a minute.
I'll ride up and Jeremy,
Shikaba, take Jeremy.
She's asleep.
She's out.
and I'll
Yep.
kind of hand her
Picks you up
over and then dismount, tie the horse up to the cart.
Yeah, Jeremy, you wake up jostled by Shikaba, who's now holding you like a baby.
Don't hit me. Just like in
Brings
and
you into
out.
the cart and sets you onto the softest thing you can
Good
find.
speaker.
Oh, so sweet.
I did roll a bunch, all my hit die though.
Hey, there you
so
go. All right.
I'm at a good amount.
Gotcha.
But still tired. Yes.
All right, and Yuzgan's like, what? So,
Yay.
are they dead?
Most of them. Some got away, so I worry they will take word and bring back more. We need to get to the city and find some semblance of safety. Ditch this damn body. The one with the silver mask, though, I put him into his end.
Ah. Good.
Strange, though, the mask was not physical. Some kind of an illusion.
Is it? I think Sunny said something to that effect, but I can't understand her.
I'll reach into the one pouch and pull out the medallion.
And when I took this from its neck, the mask disappeared. And when I took this belt, and
No,
I'll
the
kind of
mask-
show off the buckle.
The mask stayed when
Oh,
you pulled
did it?
off the
Okay, I
medallion.
thought that was related to
No,
the
but
belt was related to
everything
the rest.
disappeared when
Alright.
when you pulled it, except for there were a pair of almost like raggedy cloth pants. Well, not even pants, like shorts almost. But
it had this emblem I don't recognize on this medallion here, and I'll hand it to her. And this belt, I took it from its body, and all of its clothes pretty much disappeared along with the mask. I haven't had a chance to really check it out, but this is interesting.
And I'll start kind of just trying to get an idea what the belt's about as
Sure.
she inspects the medallion.
go ahead and make an Arcana check.
One.
One. After looking it over, you're like, no, it must have been a residual magic effect, and just
Totally.
kind of put the belt back on, and you're like, this thing cannot be magic. There's no way. That's something out of the fairy tales. Nope. So for Ribos' sake, this is a non-magical belt. After a while, Yuzgan just come up to Jeremy, shakes you. What is this?
What is
And
what?
holds up the mask medallion thing.
I don't know.
Go ahead and
Anything
make a
in yeah.
religion or history check.
No, she's kind of.
Or Arcana. Whatever you think that this
history,
might be.
Religion or Arcana. Well, let's just do history. Why the hell not? Because I'm best at that. Yay, 21 history check.
There you go. All right. This isn't a well-known deity, but it is part of the Elvish, for lack of a better word, pantheon. So this person is this deity is a small cult of. It's supposed to be of the god of troopers and troubadours and things like that, musicians, actors, and it's about merriment, kind of, but more about escaping oneself and one's environment and bringing you to a spot that is not reality in order to ease pain. But it's also got a bad rap for liberating things. So a lot of people associate it with vagabonds and thievery and stuff like that. But officially, it's about music making and
The liberation
acting
of art
and-
and
yeah, that kind of
expression.
thing. But then again, it also gets associated with lying. So there's a lot of positive and negative things associated with this, depending on where you're at. From where you are, and kind of in general, this area, it's seen more as the artistic version.
Well, from my memory of a book that I read, it seems to be some kind of artistic symbol, something that is used for Bardic
I'm so sorry.
travel.
The name on that is Ankrad.
Ankrad.
A-N-G
A-N-G
H-R-A-D.
H-R-A-D. Erenkrad.
Ankrad.
Ankrad.
Yep.
Yes, yes. And Jeremy will just kind of repeat it, and that's all I really know from reading a book about it. But it's also deceiving. It's merriment, but lying. It could be seemingly in this area. It seems more of the artistic nature, but did that come from the bodies that we?
Along with the belt.
Oh.
That's all, and the bow. I know that was something that Rybos had gathered.
Well, I feel a little more malicious intent in their group, but it also could be liberating in their own way, their own expression, or maybe leaving the existence.
We're shoving off! Sunmut, without really any preamble, starts moving the cart along. And these guys like, wait, we're not... we'll talk later.
Jeremy always willing to talk.
Sunmut has a sour expression on his face as he's riding forward, and doesn't really look at anyone or acknowledge anyone's words. It just kind of moves on towards the town. It takes a couple hours to get back. Is there anything you guys want to do kind of before that?
Do we get a short rest in?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, especially when it comes to the travel and all that, you're able to kind of take breaks on the horses and what have you.
Yeah, that's all. I mean,
That looks good.
as far as I can tell, this is just some mundane belt.
Perfect.
But I like it for the
I-
pouches.
I am
Hard to
staying
steal from.
sleeping until
Sure.
I am disturbed or woken up.
Gotcha.
So,
All right, and no one really knows where you are other than you's going, so you'll stay there for a while.
yeah.
All right, and you end up reaching towards where you can see the city. It is not crazy sprawling, but it is definitely spread out. It looks like this is set into a large field. There is a river that kind of cuts through very lazily, and it seems where this is where the land gets a little more flat. So there's a lot of good farmland, and then the rivers end up being a lot wider. So, and this is set off away from the river a little bit, but close enough where so the road kind of passes by the river rather than across the river. Mm-hmm. There is a way across from what you can see. The town is not particularly walled, but there is a kind of a Mott and Bailey keep in there somewhere.
Is there any guards that we can see from here, or anybody around? Any people?
Yeah, there's people walking around.
Like
It looks like
near us though.
No,
that are,
no,
like,
you
paying
guys are
us
still-
particular attention.
you guys are still a little bit off. There is another, it almost looks like a checkpoint, but it's a lot smoother. There's a lot more people coming back and forth, and they seem to be just monitoring rather than searching everyone's stuff.
At this point, before we garner any attention or get near any groups of people, I'm going to cast False Life.
Sure,
just
yeah.
In case, and
There you
just
go.
like whisper to myself, "This will embolden me," and
There you go.
I'll try to like
Right. Oh yeah.
hone in the pulse.
And you'd be able to go behind
Yeah.
the cart in order to obviously just you having an active thought about not doing it in front of people. You don't have to worry about that as much as long as you're like, hey, I don't want to do this in front of everybody.
Yeah. Starting to get my mind around that now.
There you go.
Would I be sleeping in back long enough to actually for it to be a long rest? I forget how you study or
8
something.
hours.
Not quite. You'd
Okay.
be about 4-ish.
That's okay, just checking. Yep.
Maybe a little bit less.
Yep.
So definitely short rest, but
Yep.
not a long. The anyone with history? History? Go ahead and make a history check.
Same.
Yeah, go ahead. This is one of those, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't.
My checks are garbage today.
That's another 21.
Hey, there you go. What was yours? 6. Brutal. You're like, fucking elvish towns. All right. They're all the same. You know that this area was never designed to be a city. This just happened to turn into one eventually. It is a midsection between 3 different major cities and a couple of minor ones. It's kind of in between a bunch of different areas, and because of that, ends up being a hodgepodge of. It's pretty cosmopolitan because of this. A lot of people pass through it, and there's not a whole lot of a reason to attack places like this, and it makes the duchy very rich because this area is good for farmland and a huge hub of trade.
Crossroad.
Yes,
Gotcha.
exactly. But it doesn't really produce anything useful other than what the farmers sell off and that kind of like you know what I mean. There's not a big mine or a cash crop.
There's
or
lots of
something
people
like
that can trade
Lots
in
of people.
between.
Yes,
yeah.
and a lot of food. They produce quite a bit of food that people come in, buy, and then cart off elsewhere.
Okay.
But it also means that there's some of the city is not really planned. It's just where people put up stalls. It's like a constant market in the summer months, and then in the winter, you do what you can. You survive, kind of thing. So there are areas that are walled off, but not a lot of them. But it's still a big city. So as you are all approaching, you come up to the checkpoint, and they end up looking at you and goes, "Hey, what happened to your wagon?" And he's pointing out at the roof where it's a big black mark on the top of it.
I'll wait to see if Sunmut says anything.
You see that Sunmut kind of has a sour look on his face. He goes, "Bandits!"
Yeah, bandits.
Jeremy's gonna actually pop her head out of the wagon and just be like, "Yes, very good trading city you have here. We know that. We got stuff to trade, and hey, people want those stuff. So we would like to actually sell our stuff instead of having it stolen."
Sure, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Yeah, it seems to make sense.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where it's not a pass-fail kind of thing. It's like, hey, you already that was good enough, and now we're seeing if something better happens.
20 not natural.
Hey, there you go. Yeah,
Yes.
something better happens. So he goes, "Oh, well, if you need a little bit of advice here, stay out of the outer circle. Go on the other side of the city." Yeah?
And yes, of course. Thank you for the advice.
Yeah,
but
yeah, no problem.
what's up with the outer city?
This side is oversaturated with people like refugees and that kind of thing. They don't have much, if you know what I mean.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
other
Very
side of
kind
the city.
Kind of you to mention.
Yeah,
We'll
no
go
problem,
there.
no problem. Yeah, have a good day.
Thank you.
Waves you along,
Just wave gingerly.
right? And you did notice that they made a note of you guys being, covered with weapons and arrow holes and, blood stains and that kind of thing. But they're like, that makes sense. Bandits. All right. They brought guards. Everything checks out. Move along.
Yeah.
And
And along we move.
also having that wagon probably helped quite a bit. Not just being like, hey, why are you guys
Trade?
covered
We
in
have
blood?
stuff to trade?
What did you do? Yeah. So you end up passing through, and you do notice that what he said was true. The first area is filled with quite a number of, not necessarily dirt poor refugees, but people who have just came into this place and set up shop for right then, and look like they're trying to move on from this point.
This is Kryi, right?
Yes, this is Kryi.
Sunmut, this is your city.
Yep.
Is it always like this?
Yeah, for the most part. It's a little busier in the, vagabond area, but that's how it goes.
Doesn't the city do anything to help these people?
They are. They're not kicking them out of their spot.
I guess that's
Better than most places.
helping some, depending on how you look at it.
Jeremy can relate. That's
We're
just to have a place.
we're gonna go make a pit stop real quick to offload some of the goods.
Good. Hopefully it's a vegetable stand.
Nope. And he goes. There are stands on the way in. Some of them are more established than others and are set onto the road themselves. They're trying to sell things to you as you're passing by.
Maybe a root cellar?
No, get it? Root cellar. They sell roots from a cellar. Stupid joke. Anywho, yes. If you did want to buy rations or anything like that, very easily accessible as you're riding up.
Good to know. Did we have time to eat on the way here?
Yes.
Mark
Yeah.
down
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
Mark off a ration.
While you're traveling along and that kind of thing, then yes. And this is getting towards the end of the day, so go ahead and mark off the rations and what
I
have you.
still had 6 mutton rations written down, but I feel like
You gave those
some of those to
yes.
the refugee.
Yes, you gave the
escaped slaves.
the rest to the escaped slaves. Yes.
So I have.
Oh,
not-
that was another thing.
I
Yeah,
have
thank you
not
for
that.
reminding me. There is an encampment off to the south that seems to be separated from everything else and has almost like a crude cut down logs made into a really shitty fence. More of like a, hey, don't go past this line thing. But not necessarily designed to keep people out, just to, don't. And then Sunmut does pull off to the side past part of there is a walled bit of this. It's just a wooden wall and with a few watchtowers. And you get in past that, and he kind of goes in between an alley and stops the cart. And give me one moment. All right, and now that I've got that all queued up, Sunmut had stopped the cart and hopped out very brusquely, dirty look on his face, and came sauntering up to all of you. And I've got a special little video for everyone.
Hey, so yeah, this happened. Well, I've kept my end of the bargain as I've seen it, but I certainly didn't bargain for any of this. The way I see it, one of you is going to help me pay for it, and as luck would have it, I've got a line on some quick and easy cash. Shkaba, as we work together, you're the lucky lad. You're coming with me whether you like it or not, and I hope you can fit in a barrel. And don't worry, I'll return him safe and sound, mostly. Until then, go ahead and get your sack of potatoes out of my cart, and we'll be on our way. Il Pan. Come on, Birdman.
All right, and so so Sunmut takes the cart and hops over, opens up the compartment holding the sack of potatoes, and does notice that there is a clay pot in there, but doesn't really know what's going on with that. Picks up the potatoes and hauls it out and throws it at Yizgalin. Sunny, you are able to wake up in there because your pot gets knocked over.
Yeah, I will come out fighting. Like, 100%. I was there to protect these potatoes.
Sure.
The potatoes are now going. I am just like,
Go ahead.
this.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yeah. I don't know that I'll hit anything because I'll probably disorient
But you're coming out swinging.
I am coming out swinging. Oh God, it's a 20.
Crit Sunmut? Is that what just happened? Wow.
I 100% just punched him square in the
Go ahead
face.
and roll your crit and take a photo.
Well, it's not a crit. It's still 20.
Oh, just 20. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought when you said 20, I think you meant natural. So I was like, holy
No,
cow.
I was
All
like,
right.
doing that in my head.
Oh, yeah, you punch him in the back of the head. He's, God, it's me. And drops the thing. What is wrong with you people?
Well, lately it's been you, but good luck. And
Jeremy's
take good
like,
care of Skabah.
Throws it over, actually, at this point, at Ribos. And then
Isgalin, this belongs to you.
she throws it over her shoulders in the most potato-like fashion that she can. And Sunmut hops into the cart and goes, "See you later."
And I wouldn't have heard that he's taking Shabbat.
Yep. So the cart just starts moving. Shigaba is on top of the cart.
Oh, he's
and-
on top. Okay.
Yes.
Not in a barrel.
Right.
Okay. Hey, wait. Shabbat, where are you going?
I got to go pay off a debt. I'll be back. I'll meet you at the church.
Church. That's the word.
Jeremy's like, oh.
So they turn the corner and then head off, and then we'll go on a break. All right. See you guys in 7 minutes. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. All right, so where we left off, Shkaba and Sunmut left, and you are all in the city with the sack of potatoes.
Great. And they getting kind of stinky at this point?
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's not so great. These are some moldy potatoes.
All right. Do we know where the church is? Are we guessing? In the city we don't know. The guy who said he knows city is gone, and now we are looking for something in the
I've been
city.
here once. There's a sect of our organization here.
Oh, good. Good.
All right. As long as somebody knows, because we're out of Jeremy's territory.
We're going to talk to them first to let them know what's going on, where we are, who we are, all that stuff, and then head to the church to get this situated.
Good. The landward terror points us in the right direction. Maybe give us some information. Help us at least stay out of trouble, maybe.
Hopefully. And so she starts heading off, and like, if anyone comes up to inspect the potatoes, will you intercede? Because I don't. He is starting to smell.
How aggressively should I intercede?
Let Jeremy start.
Jeremy's just like, yeah.
I'd nod.
But Ribos, plan
in
B.
agreement.
And she like kind of charismatically winks at Ribos and just like, you're plan B. You're my
Perfect. I
second hand.
smiled a little to myself.
All right. So you guys all start walking down the street. It is a pretty busy road. There's quite a bit of trade, especially with the looming threat of war happening. So there's a lot of people panic buying things and people jacking up prices and stuff like that.
I'm gonna like, my crown's on, my mask is down, and like whatever.
You stand out like crazy.
My
'Cause
crown makes me stand out. Aw.
Oh yeah, dude, you're wearing a wooden mask.
I don't look like a kid in a
what does your crown look like again? Is
I
it?
can show you a picture.
Isn't it like a
It's just pink flowers.
pink flowers? And what's it made out of? What is? It's not a metal, is it? It's not wood. It's like vines and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that you have a living vine, wooden mask, crown, visor combo on a kid.
I don't look like a kid who's walking around who made something.
You
in
look
the
like a
park.
weird kid. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a weird
Look at
kid.
those weird kids.
like I imagine if you saw that nowadays. You know what I mean? Just a kid walking around with like a some sort of like living crown,
I would compliment that.
Adorable.
Yeah, I think it was
Fine
awesome.
work.
right?
Whoa, that's so cool.
But you'd stand out.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that people would be like, "Whoa, why are you traveling with a bunch of?"
So that's what the top part looks like.
There you go. Try and show the camera. I don't know if
Show
that's
the
gonna work.
people at home.
Go ahead, give it a shot. We'll see. We'll see if it works. A little closer. A little closer. 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 All right.
Focusing.
Yeah, it's not really, but it's
It
guys
was
got
very
that.
anti-climactic.
that is actually physically made in
Yes.
the world.
I will wear it someday.
Yes, yes.
Maybe next week, depending on my level of
Well,
laziness.
next week we'll actually not be here, but we haven't gotten to that.
We'll get to
quite
that.
yet.
Next
I'll
session.
wear my crown.
But I also have a large helmet horn thing on my head with
Yes.
a hat.
Although
This is odd.
it is less obtrusive. You just look like somebody who's wearing a helmet. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of soldiers and whatnot walking about and mercenaries and
I
things
need
like
some
that.
fan art. Anybody out there?
But yeah, hey, there you go. All of you guys, to that extent, would stand out, but then also walking around with a small child wearing no armor, just you're like, it's a little halfling kid with my stupid crown.
oh,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's not,
it's
I don't think it's
stupid.
stupid.
It's
but-
not stupid. Anyways.
Sorry. All right, and so you're traveling along, and you do come up to what looks like a, strangely enough, an almost orcish
I was
themed.
gonna say ogre.
No, orcish themed long hut almost. It's definitely more oval kind of thing, but it is they're designed to if they get snow drifts and things like that to keep it away from the front door and then keep it from piling up too high, so it'll have more structural support so you don't get buried in snow, which happens a lot up there. But yeah, it's built here and has the a different symbol from what you guys have. So you guys have what is the symbol for yours?
For the landward terror?
Yeah, for your
It's
sect.
the Terrasky.
Yes. All right, and then this one is a what am I blanking? Owlbear. That's the one. Yep. So it's almost a just a silhouette of this thing, but then the face of it is blanked out, and then there's the beak and then the eyes onto the thing with the big claws on the sides. So it's almost like using the negative space to create this. That's totally an owlbear illusion. But that is hanging on a shield in front of it, and there are shields kind of placed all along the outside to signify that this is a significant place, kind of thing.
Very homey.
I figured you'd like that.
A little out of place here, but I'm not gonna complain.
And I'll stroll right up in.
Some orc mercenaries joined up and built this, so this is a long time ago.
I'm sure it bolstered the landmarks here as a whole.
Walks up, and there are some people there. There's almost like a little spot where it's carved out, you hear arrows thunking into wooden targets in the back, and there are a few people milling about, but they're not really hanging out in front of this thing. They don't look like everyone that is around here belongs to this organization, but some of them clearly do. But as you walk up, and she knocks on the door, and somebody opens it up. Goes, can I help you? This little gnome comes walking out with a what appears to be a pair of skunk, like fur mantle thing going on, and it has a sword that is large enough for somebody to hold with two hands, but he's little, so it's huge for him. It appears like it would just be a regular, like a thick, long sword, but it's on him. That kind of thing.
Great sword style.
Yep. He is wearing a nose-guarded, almost like leather helm and chainmail. And there is a symbol of that owlbear on his shoulder, in almost like it looks like a wooden brooch. You know what I mean? Almost like a round shield, but just pinned to the skunk. Can I help you?
Wow, those are really pretty.
What? What are?
The things on your shoulder. Can I touch them? And I'm like super happy to see somebody like close to my height that I can like reach.
Oh,
Whose child
sorry,
is this?
ours. Our child.
They've just been following us around since we entered
Your
the city.
child?
No. They're just following us since we entered the city.
They just look really soft. I just wanted to
Well,
touch
fuck
them.
off then. We don't need we don't need beggar children hanging
Hey,
out
look,
here.
look.
What, they followed you through the city? What?
They haven't been asking
Hey.
for anything.
Yeah,
What
but
did
we
you
don't need
call
him in
me?
here.
And I'm just gonna stomp on his foot.
Whoa. Listen, let's
Sonny.
all take a moment.
And his Gollum is just
All right. Here's the deal. We have this child was showing us around, getting us places.
great.
Good guide.
Give,
She's
give,
with us.
give him their penny and then come on in.
I'll pull a
Wait,
copper
you're
out
not
and
part
hand
of
it to
us.
Sunny,
Why am I talking to you?
Here you go.
and I'll wink.
His Gollum kind of pats you on the head.
Keep watch.
I'm gonna. Is there like a stair or a stump or anything?
Yeah, there's some stools that are around.
I'm gonna go to the closest one,
Uh-huh.
turn my back on all of them, and like harump on
Right,
the
sit
stool.
down. Yep. He goes, all right, come on in. And then Rybos, you walk through, Yizgalin walks through.
And Jeremy's
he's
going
like,
to. Last time I checked, goblins are in the jurisdiction of trade and talk in city.
Yeah, but you're not part of this. And he points back at the
Oh, I'm sorry. What is that?
at the owlbear sign.
She is with us.
You can vouch for her?
Yes.
Like, do we have any badge of office from the landlords here?
Just the brooch that you guys have. There is a secret way of telling who's who that you know about because Yizgalin told you. So anyone can make one of these things, but they all have an imperfection on them. It is they take a dagger and cut part of it in a particular manner. So you cut almost like a little triangle in that anyone passing by would just be like, oh, it's just scuffed and damaged. But you guys know that's this is the real deal. So that way you can make one on the fly if you need to get into somewhere. It's not like this is a super secret place and that kind of thing, but it's just easier to tell who's who that way.
Got it.
It makes it harder to fake them because of it. All right. So they let you on in, and the area appears to be just a. On one side is almost like a. There's a cooking pit and a bunch of different stools and log benches and some chairs, some tables, and then on the other side, it's bedrolls. And it looks like that's it. I'm sorry. There is a single room off to actually like right in the middle, but on the opposite side of the main entryway. And yeah, that's all you can see in here.
I'm like kicking my feet on the stool angrily.
Right.
I'm gonna pull out
Just frustrated.
just my woodworking tools
Sure,
that are in my bag. I'll find like a random stick on the ground and just start carving that.
sure. All right, sounds like a plan. The gnome, as he's walking in, there does appear to be a few people eating and sleeping in here, but there's not really a whole lot of commotion. If that makes sense. So, what do you guys need?
Is Colin?
Do you need food? Do you need water? Do you need beds? And he's got on size and goes, "We have a problem." Okay, what kind of problem? Are you guys in trouble? Is this something that we should be concerned about? Is there a monster? She goes,
These potatoes are going rotten.
"We need to talk in your office, please." And he's like, "Oh no. I'm not in charge here. No, I'll be right back." And he goes over to the one room that is built into here and opens it up. "Hey, got somebody who needs to talk to you." "Okay." He shuts the door and goes, "She's busy. Can I make an appointment for you?"
Now is not the time for bullshit.
"Okay."
This is a world-changing potential.
Go ahead and make a persuasion.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice. He goes-
Oh!
You're in your
And he shrugs and he
element.
goes, "Hey, this is out of my pay grade." "Yeah." "Uh-huh. Okay, go on in." And he walks away and
Bravo.
goes outside to sit next to Sunny. Yep. All right. And so in the room, as you guys kind of shuffle in, it's not a very big place, and it's filled with different poster things everywhere. Where they're almost like wanted posters, and there's two people in the room. One of them is a halfling that is sitting there furiously writing things down, and it seems to be copying from one page to another. And then he appears to be in just regular old people clothes, like just workman's clothes kind of thing. He's got ink all down his hands. Looks like this is his job. He writes wanted posters, essentially. That's what he does. And the other one is an elvish woman that is now she's staring at what appears to be a map of the area, and just kind of, what do you need? And turns around. She has red hair and is shorter of stature than most other elves that you've seen around this area. Most of you know this as wood elves. They end up being not necessarily from this area, but they're still elves in their own right, kind of thing. It's just a different type of, different area, probably in the same country, if not in a nearby one, but just a different ethnic diversions. She's not armored, but she does have a dagger on her back that you guys saw when you came in, and it does appear that there is a set of armor off to the side that she's currently not wearing. As of right now, she's just wearing workman's kind of uniform, like linen shirt, same with pants, just very basic and utilitarian style clothing.
You said dude came to sit next to me.
Yes, we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay. What's above my little friend's pay grade? What do you need?
Is Colin? I don't want to speak out of turn.
And she comes up and puts the body on the ground, and then opens up the sack, and then the smell really starts pouring out from there, and kind of pulls it down. And then she looks at it and goes, "Okay, which bounty is this?" And she's like, "Look closer.
Jeremy's like, it's gone.
It's fine." And then she looks. She goes, "What? Why do you have?" Okay, we don't have any royalty or anyone on our. Who is this? And she kind of rubs her head and goes, "The heir to the throne." And she gets wide-eyed and stares at it for a second. She goes, "Why did you bring him here?"
Yes, Estelle.
What?
Please tell.
What do you? Why did you do this to me? I have to report this. She goes, No. We need help. We need to get this to the firekeepers in the west. And in order to do that, we need some supplies. And she kind of shakes her head and she's like, why don't you just give them to the Duchess here? Like that, get it out of my house, get it out of your way, and we'd be fine. And Nizgalin kind of sighs. It's complicated. We only came here into this city to find the priest. Which, speaking of, that is part of the supplies that we need. It's quite expensive when you're not a member of the church, and, well, we're a little short on coin. So, we could give this to the Duchess, but... And then the lady that's running the show here kind of sighs and goes and sits down and goes, "Yes, they're politicians. They'll use this to their own advantage." No, I get it. It's fine. How much you need? What do you need? And she kind of hems and haws a little bit and ends up kind of roping the body back up. She goes, "We can talk about that. It's we're going to need a few days to get to the next city, and I'm not sure how much it's going to cost for the priest, but we'll do what we can. But until we talk to them, we won't know." And then she is like, "For now, you can keep this here. One of you has to stay with it because I'm not going down for this. To me, this is a sack of grain."
Potatoes.
Why potatoes?
Because that's what we've been calling the damn thing. Now look, can you keep it from decaying any further?
No. Absolutely not. No. And that's probably why you need the priest.
Is Galen, is it,
And she,
are we within our window of time?
you see, Yizgalin is very torn by even bringing this up. Nervous. Doesn't know how this is going to go. And she goes, "We're fine. We have another couple of 3-4 days, I think. But we need to find that priest and get this set up. And it might take a little bit of negotiation. And someone has to stay here with this.
I don't know that we can spare the manpower.
You shouldn't fight anything on the way there. And I'm no good in a conversation.
What are we talking to? That's also a very important part about negotiating, is knowing who you're talking to.
I don't know them specifically. I do know that this is a large town and has a large church.
Alright. Find the orcs, not find the orcish people.
I have no idea.
Elvish people.
Elvish people, very likely. This is, an elvish area.
I feel that our friend was also asking who you are.
And she kind of looks over and she goes, "Yeah, no, that'd be great."
This is
Sorry, boss.
Jeremy.
Uh-huh.
Obviously,
Yeah.
is
Okay.
Galen. We've
So I've
already
never
said
met any
her
of
name.
you people. All right? I never met any of you.
I'll gesture to my badge.
No, I get it. I understand. Which is why I haven't immediately called the guards. I get it. This is important. You guys are part of this. Yeah, it's fine. I've never met you, and I don't want to meet you.
I think it's a little late for that, don't you?
Ribos. Yes, I think what they're trying to say is that we can pretend that we
Just by
Never
me
met.
knowing this, I could be beheaded.
will
Just by me knowing you. And I don't want to know you.
It's always a great risk to do the right thing.
Yeah, and I'm doing the right thing
But-
by providing you with the supplies. I just need to know how much to get and see if we can do it for you.
Fair.
And in order to do that, I need to know how much it's going to cost.
Well, is Golden?
And she shrugs and goes, I don't know.
Really, this is as far as
This is
as far as
This is as
we're
far as
going?
my plan has gone.
Well, you know what I would rather do with the body.
Yes, I know, but that is not possible.
I understand, and I'm not saying that's what we need to do, but what I am saying is that maybe, since this is your idea, that you stay with the body. You tell us who we need to go see, and we will make haste.
That's what I'm saying. Go to the Church of the Firekeepers here. There should be a large enough one for somebody to know what they're doing. The city has a religious district in order to keep all of the cosmopolitan religions amicable. But
I guess I misunderstood. I thought our friend here was saying that we needed to go yet to another city.
no, yeah, we are. We are going to have to, from here, go to another city in order to actually speak with him. This is just to preserve him so he doesn't.
We'll find the priest to
Right.
just make him last
that makes
longer.
more sense.
Here.
Exactly.
It's a
Thank
pit
Or otherwise,
stop.
we'll never make it.
Yes.
It'll give us another 10 days, which should be plenty of time.
Well,
Okay, I understand now.
I'm sorry to put you in this position.
what's happening, I guess, but it's the only option.
I
so
should be
far.
safe here. There's enough warriors around that there shouldn't be a problem.
Alright. Well, Sunny's good at stealth and being sneaky. Ribos is good at being strong and brave, and I'm good at being a speaker. So
Well, we're gonna need more words than killing. I'd prefer no killing.
well, we'll work on that.
The last thing I would do at the Temple of the Firekeepers is kill someone.
Good.
I think you should know at least that much.
No, I
Very
just wanted to
promising.
throw
Very
it out
good
there.
for me to know.
And then
what
the
I'm
lady's
working with
sitting
here.
behind the counter. She's like,
All right, so
"All right, so you guys that have never been here, I'd like you to not be here.
all right, we
um,
are on a time frame.
I'll
So-
see you in a little while, I guess."
All right.
And so she starts putting on her armor.
All
Like,
right,
this seems pretty dangerous, so I'm gonna get
I think
prepared
this is
here.
our cue.
I think you're
Right.
right.
Try to keep that on ice if you have an option to do so.
I think the luck needs to stay on our side. I think you are just fine, and Jeremy's gonna turn around and walk out.
All right. So
I will
outside,
Yeah.
the gnome comes out and sits down on one of the stools and stares right at you.
I'm sorry I stepped on your foot.
It's okay. It's fine.
Can I touch it, the fur now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, kid.
Thanks. It's so something. You look really nice.
I appreciate that. Where are you living at?
Oh, I don't know. Here and there, I suppose.
That's a pretty nice mask you got.
Thank you. I made it myself. I'm getting
Oh.
really, really good at working with wood.
Huh. Very interesting. Did you buy those tools, or did you pick them up somewhere?
No, my friend bought them for me.
Oh, friend. Okay. All right.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice friend. Yeah.
No, you thinking that I might have thieved them wasn't very nice.
Well, okay. So, who's your friend? Can you stay with them?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I stay in different places. This one time I stayed inside of a jar, and another time I stayed inside of like this tiny, tiny little crack of the wall. And then this other time I stayed in a pocket. That
Yeah.
pocket was really comfortable.
Oh, a pocket.
I like the
Okay,
pocket,
a
yeah.
pocket. All right. Okay.
Processing.
You don't have any booze, do you? I
Um,
could really use a drink.
he's taken it back for a second. He's like, "Wait, how old are you?"
I don't know. What?
I don't know.
Like, my shoes are kind of old.
Okay, how old are your shoes?
Like, 11.
11 years old. Okay. All right.
That wasn't right, was it? So my crown's really pretty, isn't it?
Very pretty. Oh yeah.
So about the booze. Did you have booze?
I could get you a drink, but I think you're a little young to be drinking.
Says who?
It's the law, typically. I mean, it's pretty loose, but it's, you know.
Think my friends are done yet?
Oh, almost. Are you staying with them, or are you moving on?
I don't know.
Well, if you
Maybe
need
I
it,
could find another pocket to stay in.
I could provide you a pocket.
Is
That's
that-
fine. If you need a place to go,
For thingies and pockets?
I can find one if you need. Yeah. Do you? Hold on. And he heads on inside, and you guys, as you're leaving, you see him rolling up one of the bed rolls, and he's coming out at the same time that you guys are.
Pocket. Jeez.
Here you go, kiddo. You stay safe out there, all right? If you ever need anything, you feel free to come on over here. Okay?
Did you grab booze in here?
Nope, no booze. Like I said, you're a little young for that.
I'll
You guys are-
I'll pat him on the back and be like,
Don't worry, she doesn't really understand. Halfling's not her first language.
Okay, well,
She
you,
thinks everything liquid is booze.
did she have a place to go, or would you guys pick her up?
She's coming with us, and that is all you need to know. Come on, Sunny, let's go.
Don't worry, she'll be fine. We'll take good
Okay.
care of her.
All right.
I
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Do you have your flask with you?
Oh,
that's a 1.
And he kind of like raises his eyebrow and like slinks back, and like it's like watching you guys as you're leaving, kind of thing, and is very rather suspicious of the mercenaries carting around some kid who's apparently an alcoholic.
addicted to alcohol.
Yep. So a lot of
Jeremy's
raised
actually
eyebrows.
going to respond to Sunny and just be like, "Where is your jug of beer?"
so
And it's like she's like walking, and she's like, "Does Scaba have it?"
Shkaba does have it.
As they're walking away, like just like,
So,
"Oh yeah,
but
where is your
suddenly
booze?"
you've got this bedroll that's like way too big and is flopped over and just
Perfect.
yep.
That's
So it's yeah.
Do you need this? I don't want to really carry it around. Can I like find anybody who like on the street?
Oh yeah, yeah.
who
There's
needs
definitely
bedroll?
refugees, kind of, or homeless folk and whatnot, beggars. So you just
Like in front of somebody. 11D and walk away.
they pick it up and they're like,
remembers it for
Thank
the
you,
rest of their
miss.
lives.
Just like shrug,
right, just
shake my head.
In
yeah,
my head, that's still not right.
stands up and
Still
leaves.
not
Yeah.
using it
He's
right.
yep. He got a brand new bedroll now.
Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
All right, so you guys are now walking into the street here, and unsure of kind of where you're going. There are some shops around this area, but it's the further south you go, the more shops you run into. The further north you go, the more official-like places, like the Keep.
I will look around to see if anyone of Elvish heritage is running any
yeah.
of the stalls.
Sure.
And I'll walk up to the first one who looks Elvish.
Yep, an elvish woman in her mid-30s, sitting there, and just bread.
And I'll speak to her in Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like bread. Bread is good.
Pulls out like 3 loaves.
How much?
Let me consult my chart. She tells you a number offhand.
Seems a little expensive. It looks like a delicious bread.
Well, with the war going on, you know, I
Yes.
feel like 8 silver isn't charging you too much a piece.
8 silver apiece?
They're usually 5.
This is the most expensive bread I have ever seen.
You can go ahead and make an insight if you'd like.
Not great. 8.
You're like, wow, that is expensive bread. It must be pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 loaves, 8 silver apiece.
We'll call it an even 20.
Okay. So 2 gold?
I'll give her 2 gold.
She takes it and pleasure doing business with you. Puts it into a basket.
Jeremy's standing
Yeah.
there,
I get a
like
free
staring at
basket?
Rebos, like, what?
Apparently. Yeah.
I'll look back at Jeremy and just like smile awkwardly, and then go back to talking to Lily. And
Must
I'll
be
like
very
rip off a
good
piece,
bread.
piece of the bread
Do you
and
guys speak Elvish?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So,
No.
all right. So Jeremy, you can understand it. Sunny, they're speaking gibberish.
I rip off a piece of the bread and start chewing it. And
It's regular bread.
This is the greatest bread. I see why you charge 8 silver. It's a great deal, actually. I will tell everyone.
And she ends
Wow,
up
is
kind
it
of leaning
that
forward a little bit and be like, "I've got some more if you need."
I might come back and get
Jeremy
some more
wants some.
tomorrow.
Jeremy wants some, like just based off of Rybos's reaction
I'll
of it.
toss
she
Jeremy a
thinks-
whole loaf.
Sure, sure.
She's like,
Here, enjoy.
it's so expensive. I heard the conversation, but
It's
you're
the best bread you'll ever have.
Wow.
3 more loaves.
And I'll
She pulls
out
serve
3
back to
more.
the lady.
And Jeremy's gonna like rip the bread and eat it. And she's like,
Regular.
My friends, my friends at the Enyutan, they would probably enjoy this terrific bread. Can you tell me how to get there? I come from a temple in the west.
Oh yeah. No. Head up onto the main street and then just go towards the key. Real easy.
All right, very good. If they like this bread as much as I do, I will come back and buy the
Oh,
rest.
perfect. Okay. Yeah. Well,
as Jeremy has the first bite in her mouth, and she's just like,
it's like, what the fuck
what?
are you talking
This
about?
is just bread. But she
Kinda
stays quiet.
It's just like brown.
Yeah,
you know,
just like she kind of just puts it away the rest
Yeah.
of it. Just like that's
Yes,
whack.
just Have a wonderful day, and
Oh, you too.
I
Yeah.
will be
No.
sure to tell everyone about your amazing bread.
Absolutely. And she has almost like a bewildered, like, okay, sure.
I'll like slide the basket over my empty
Uh,
arm. Walk
Yep.
off.
Oh, come on, come on. Isn't this the best bread?
I'll just start talking in halfling again though.
Sure.
Come on. I know how to get to the temple now. Let's go.
I see you shaking dice.
I know,
What
sorry.
are you
As
doing?
they're like babbling over bread that I have zero interest in, I'm gonna like look around to see if I can find anything that would be like, booze stored outside of a building, or the bar is closed, or
Oh, yeah.
anybody who's like sitting there drinking booze. Like,
Sure.
Yes.
There is a place that they have.
It's 19 if you're gonna ask. You didn't ask me to roll.
No, yeah, you're right. And what did you roll
I
for?
was just gonna roll perception. which
Oh,
would be
gotcha. No,
21.
it'd be. I mean, this is like a place where you buy food and drink.
Right.
It'd be pretty easy to find, but you do end up. What's that?
I'm looking for something that I can go sneak and thieve.
Sure, yeah.
be specific,
There
okay.
is an inn that has almost like a stall sitting out front of that inn that has these little, like, quarter barrel things.
Okay.
Just this tiny little guy that you could pick up and then take with you and then tap and drink.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I am going to attempt to do that while they're babbling over bread.
Sure. What is your strength?
Just 11? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta check something. Okay.
Push up to like 320, so if I
That's
gotta
not what I
roll that
wanted.
shit around, I will.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, doing some math.
You're good. Can I use that 21 on my skill check?
I'm just gonna roll.
So one of the things that you end up grabbing, it weighs a good 20 pounds.
Oh, okay.
And so you heft it up and then, but yeah, what did you, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me?
Okay. Nat 20.
Oh,
there
brutal.
you go.
There you go. So as you come running up, you end up kind of pushing the thing, and then the guy that's standing there is an elvish gentleman. He goes, "Hey, no, come on," and he kind of shoos you away a little bit. You walk away for a while, and you're like, "All right, how am I gonna get this? How am I gonna thieve this?"
I couldn't beat it.
No, you're getting there. It just
Oh,
there's a
okay.
process. So Sunny took a second and thought about it, and thought back to how her master taught her to think.
Understood.
And sat there and waited, and then started just kicking a rock, and then kept kicking a rock, and just being a kid kind of thing, and waiting while they're jibber jabbering away. And as you guys are kind of looking around for Sunny, you do see that the guy is busy selling off the thing to somebody else who puts it onto a cart, and then you take it off that cart and and scamper away. So she comes running up with the thing.
I'm gonna set it on the ground and like stand on it.
Okay, so this is when stuff starts hitting the fan for us. When we
I'm taller than you.
we
By like
need
an inch too. Like it's not even by a lot.
just
I try to pull up a little bit more.
a little more
Just hovering.
discretion would be nice. Just be cool or casual, as Chicago would say.
You're not gonna be able to say the word casual ever.
So I'll like slide down the barrel, but I'll like take my cloak that I have on and like hug it with the cloak.
Oh
I
boy.
look like a pregnant child.
Yeah.
Super
Oh.
casual.
Right. Well, the faster we get to this place, the better. Ribos, you seem to
I got directions.
directions. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. I follow
We're at the
you.
main thoroughfare.
Right. I will head up the main
Track of
thoroughfare.
Sunny here. Just
Sonny,
like
try not to
water.
attract too much attention, please.
I like tip the barrel over and see if I can like walk roll it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just
No, I'm gonna stand on it
got it.
and try
So
to.
there is a
Sally.
slight incline. So as you start doing that, you start going backwards. You're like, that's not the direction I wanted to go. But with your hovering thing, go ahead and make a performance check.
Oh god, I don't feel like this is gonna go well, you guys. Oh,
You still have inspiration as well. That is,
Oh.
we are getting close to the end.
So I'm gonna go use that inspiration.
Yes, do it.
Oh, it's worse.
Oh,
So that's a 6.
6.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, and you don't have to use the one. When you
lowest
do the
number.
inspiration, you can use either one.
It's a 9.
9. So you guys start to notice that Sunny is kicking this thing uphill, but she's also very clearly flying as she's doing that. And unless one of you guys stop her, this is going to become a problem.
Jeremy is actually going to just be like, look over there! like the actual opposite direction.
Right, right.
And she's gonna be
Sure.
like, everybody look!
I will briskly walk up to Sunny and like,
Can't fly down.
and I'll like try to grapple her.
Sure, yeah.
Just like put my arm around her, and I'll grab the hand keg and just,
Oh,
like,
Use Gallon's not with you guys.
snatch it out.
Oh, okay.
Use Gallon's with the body.
It's just
Yeah.
the three of us
Thank
right
you.
now.
Yes.
So, do you attempt to resist me grabbing you, like putting my arm around
Or
you,
just like a little kid just hanging there.
like around your waist?
I don't resist. So are you gonna carry this for me?
Yes.
Because
And I
I
pick up the hand keg.
He's
One
been
hand.
gone a really long
Like,
time.
I'm gonna put you down and just walk.
Okay.
I'll put her down gently and like unsling my pack
I've had that.
halfway and put the hand keg in my
Oh, yeah.
pack.
As
Absolutely.
he like tries to set me down, I'm gonna like look around for any pockets that he might have because now I'm like missing Shabbat.
Do you have any front pockets?
I don't really have pockets, just pouches.
Yes, it says the pouches on his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as he like goes to set me down, I'm gonna like scurry into one of the pouches and.
Do you want to try and stop that?
Yeah. I like put my hand on her head and be like,
This is not the time
Both of you
for
guys make
this.
athletics checks.
Body
Jeremy is trying so hard to be like, it's a crazy thing over there, goblin going crazy. No,
Let's
she's
make a deception check for me. Or
Yeah.
performance, either one.
13
athletics
athletics.
or acrobatics?
Athletics, because you're trying to force your way into the pocket. If you were trying to escape the pocket, that'd be a different story.
Fine. I'm proficient.
So he
Close.
ends up like pushing you like away from the thing
Hand
and onto the
on
ground.
head,
My head
pushing you out
shrinks and gets
arm's
small
length.
enough to go in and pop back up.
Sonny,
Gotta
I
use
would
my
absolutely let you do
Which-
this any other time, but now we have to keep a low profile.
Thanks for carrying
Top.
my barrel.
You've gotten
welcome.
some attention, but you feel like you almost brought more attention to the three of you than
Right.
distracted from, and you're like, damn it. All right. But
Never mind.
no one seems to be
Right, just
paying
like,
too much attention to you. They're
whatever.
just like, they're now walking around you guys rather than just walking past you.
As I'm holding Sunny at arm's length with my hand on her forehead, and I start staring at Jeremy and like,
When the hell did I become the voice of reason in this group?
Look, Jeremy tried. It was really much more of a misstep on my half. I'm sorry. You're right.
No, fair. Let's
I
just
panicked.
go.
I panicked.
Sure.
I'll start
So-
walking up the throughway.
And
Come
Jeremy
on,
starts
Jeremy,
to
you're
feel
doing
like-
fine.
As you guys are coming up, you do notice that you
so hard.
very rapidly get into the more religious district, which actually, weirdly enough, is appears to be part entertainment district up here. So there is a large
it's
stage
wild here.
set up on almost like a. There's part of the like the incline isn't very steep, but it's steep enough where you start to notice it at the further away from the river you go.
Like, this is the Temple of Disney.
Well, actually, there is a large stage with a bunch of stone benches laid out that look like they're very, very old, like almost moss covered on the sides, but not the top. The top seems to be polished and that kind of thing. But on the other end, there is a building, and then attached to that building, onto almost the side of it, is a stage. And on that stage, there's the same symbol of the mask that you guys had,
We
but
all
on the
noticed
building.
that.
Yes, oh yeah, very obvious, very prominent. But then it looks a little different. The one that you had looks crude. The one that's up there is ornate and flashy. It's a very embellished kind of thing. Lots of little swirls and like almost scroll work around the outside of it that tapers off to the side. But then there's the big mask in the middle with just eyes and then no mouth.
I'll,
Like, hey, you both see that?
Yes.
I don't think I showed you this, and I'll reach into one of my pouches and pull out this leather cord with medallions hanging from it with a similar symbol, just much
Which
more
is the one that
crudely
Scout showed you.
carved into the medallion.
Ah, yes.
This was on.
And I'll just kind of get low and whisper,
This one. This was on the silver masked rider.
Oh yes, Skyland showed me that. That's the
I'll put it back in my pouch.
yeah. It symbolizes bardism or entertainment or what is it called? Let me think. Ankrad.
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 I don't know
Ankrad.
what that means.
Yeah, it's what the god is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of the Elvish pantheon, but it's not worshipped.
Pantheon. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to think of.
It's not
Yeah.
worshipped as widely as the firekeepers and all that is.
But maybe this is a connection. Maybe this is where they host things.
You do notice, actually, on the other side of the street, opposite of this, there is a tavern set up, which it has a picture of. Oh, what did I have for that? It is appears to be a almost like a head of a very bearded person, bald on top, and has there's a staff with a hand holding it and then a tankard in the other hand, but there's not a body. There's just the hands and then the head, kind of thing. And the sign says Church of the Tankard and Staff. Oh, and also, so I forgot to mention this. There's a big sign that says that, big lettering, big wood lettering that says that in Dwarvish, and below that in Elvish. Below that in Elvish, and then below that in Halfling. So it's like 3 different things all in a row to let people know what this place is.
Well, that's that amulet, that necklace that you have there. I don't like what I'm seeing here. It seems to be they're associated somehow, and this might be us walking into a wolf den.
Well, I don't suggest we go in there now. We have other things to do. We need to get to the Firekeeper's temple. Come, let's keep walking.
Sure. As you keep walking, you do see there's almost like a small church here, a small church there. There's like a little alcove area where, if you can tell down that direction, there's a lot of smaller shrines all set up into a circle. And it appears that there's quite a number of religions that are in this area. Very cosmopolitan compared to everywhere else that you've kind of been so far. And you can tell that in the people as well. When you're walking by people, there's quite a diversity going on, but there's still quite a bit of elves. So about 40-ish% of everyone that you're walking around seeing is elf, and then the rest of it is a smattering of a bunch of other people. The Firekeeper Church is at the very end, and it's off to the right-hand side, and then on the left, there's just a garden. And in that garden, there is a single staff sitting out of almost like a mound of dirt and stone that's covered in almost like a moss, and then the staff itself has a bunch of ornate carvings into it, and then but also vines and flowers that are growing onto the side of it. It's the only one that you've seen that hasn't been a church, but you're like, that's pretty shriny. The Firekeeper Church is the largest of the ones that you've seen and the closest to the the walls of the keep. So in order to get any further, you'd have to go past a pair of guards and not a drawbridge, but a gate to get to the upper level of this. And the incline goes up quite a bit sharply after a certain point. The church itself is elegantly made, but it very almost like a pointed and smoothed out kind of thing. If you've ever seen like really old Norse churches, that kind of thing. And there are 2 braziers on either side that are, you could lie down in them, and they're both lit with green fire. It appears that there are many rooms to this, and it's at least 3 stories tall, which is larger than any other building that you've seen around here.
I'm just following behind, staring at the keg.
Yep.
It's kind of like examining it, like, how am I going to get that? I think it's on the other. Are we ready to stop yet? I'm getting really thirsty.
Yes, we're here.
Okay, can I have the keg back so I can open it?
Do you need to open it right this minute?
How about this?
Maybe.
How about it's a treat for after?
Oh!
Yeah, Jeremy expected that. That's fair.
Jeremy, you're a genius.
You do see that there are a few people walking around in the traditional firekeeper robes, like you're familiar with Ribos, and everyone's just kind of milling about. There's a lot of folks that are dressed in religious garb in various forms as you're walking out.
All right. So do we have a plan? And do we know who we're talking to? Or
We just need to go in and talk to the...
Who is the potatoes?
Is
You?
Garland?
No, he's gone.
No,
My bad.
Sorry, I was
we
like,
left it
wait,
behind.
no,
It's
we're
all
not
right.
doing
My
this.
bad. One day.
No.
that's
Potatoes
okay.
come later.
But
I think we just need to speak to whoever's in charge.
all right.
Right,
Um,
because we just need to see if they can do the thing and how much of the thing is going to be, right? Is that?
But you guys are pricing out preserving a corpse.
Technically, I don't think I would have known that, so scratch that. 'Cause that's
That's fine. No,
outside. My bad.
We would maybe
the
talk
goal
about it,
of this whole thing anyway, was to find out if you could do this.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
all right.
Yes.
So most important looking person.
We just... a high priest or priestess, I assume?
Okay.
Go ahead and make a religion check. Whoever is proficient.
Oof. Not proficient.
I am a jack of all trade.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does that count?
Yep.
Okay.
I count that for bards. You go ahead and make one as well, but with disadvantage because it's not a culture you grew up in, but it's one that you got
Still not
introduced
bad.
to.
10.
10. Okay. Priestess. Very specifically priestess.
Yes.
Never priest.
Oh, right. It's a priestess, I think.
What'd you get?
19.
Yeah, you know that that goes back to the Brentrolith Concord thing, and it is a male that is leading a worship of this is to be killed. Like it's a huge no-no, and it's considered like an affront to the god. It's a problem.
So never met.
It's equivalent to witchcraft kind of thing, and blasphemy roped into one.
Gotcha. As a priestess. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
You may learn some things you don't know about me when you overhear this conversation or participate in it. Don't be surprised.
Jeremy's just like,
Sonny, you hear an almost like coming from Jeremy.
my anxiety.
Yeah.
I'll
Go ahead and make another
I can
intelligence
work
or
with
wisdom.
it. I can work with it. Of course, we work together. Very good. Good team.
I have diverse family ties.
I think, yes, we can make this work.
What'd you get?
9.
9. All right.
Yeah.
You're still confused.
All right, I'll just start walking
Sure.
up.
Yeah,
up
oh, yeah,
the
absolutely.
stairs to the temple.
Yeah,
Jeremy's
yeah.
gonna be like mousy kind of behind
Sure,
him,
sure.
like letting
Makes
him
sense.
definitely
So it's-
lead the way.
It almost looks like Rabos and 2 kids walking.
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
church.
pretty much, pretty much.
Right, some 2 kids walk into a church.
Yeah.
You open up the front door, and it's a very long,
graphic wise, that's really good.
very long building. A lot of pews set up, and at the very end, there's a green brazier. Sorry, brazier with green fire just burning into
By
the.
like an altar kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Behind that, there is a depiction of what appears to be an elvish warrior woman standing there with a sword held over the fire.
Do I just know that's Brithwillen?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's that is one of the centers of the. She's the saint of this religion, and I believe it's Rhea.
Yeah, Perea.
Rhea, yep. Rhea is the god itself, and but it doesn't have a physical form; just has the form of fire. Is the green flame is it? That's all that anyone ever sees it as. It just the green flame can be in different shapes, but it's always green fire. That's what the god is.
Awesome.
So yeah, there
There's
are
no
quite
one around?
quite a different people milling about. There are people sitting in the pews praying. It seems like this is a come and go situation.
All right, we're looking for a very high ranking woman of some kind.
It's really just stoned out of their mind.
Yeah,
Really high.
really
person
high.
Walking around.
All right. Look around for the highest person in the room.
Woman. Has to be.
Woman, yes. I'll start walking
never a
up the
man.
aisle
Sure.
toward the altar.
Everyone seems to be wearing the same clothes. There are men who are wearing the same robes as the women here, but they all seem to be on the same general level. If that makes sense.
Fair. So as we get to the front, anybody seem to be leading any
No,
rituals? Everybody just
yeah.
kind of go about their own
Yeah,
business?
about their own business. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is a worship time. This is just kind of you guys hanging out.
All right, the rivals.
Are we getting anyone's attention?
Not really. You guys are just three people that wandered in and paying your respects to the god. I mean, you walk right up to the altar and nobody says anything.
Time to grab somebody.
There are people
Take
walking
them
around. Some have
aside.
books. Some are praying.
Jeremy's kind of intimidated, so she's kind of like looking at Ribos like,
And
maybe?
actually, one thing that you notice, Jeremy, there is a goblin family that is here, praying at one of the pews.
Great. Actually, as soon as she's like, Ribos, I think, and then scratch that. And then runs over
Right.
to the goblin family and it just, in goblin, oh, hello, may I disturb you?
Yes.
Hi, hello. My name
Hello.
is Jeremy the speaker. I'm
Do
from...
you need, and they kind of scooch down a little bit. Do you need a
thank
seat?
Of course, pleasure. I'm from the Three
You're
Rivers
wearing your
Tribes.
mask.
It's
I'm
up.
assuming. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so
Yep,
they can tell.
I really
Got it.
never put it down.
Sure.
I always have
Got
it
it.
up.
Always have it up.
And I'm just sit beside them. I'm just like, well, I'm from the Three Rivers tribe, and I've come all the way here on a pilgrimage of sorts, and I'm looking for
welcome.
the...
Hi,
Yeah,
it's
yes.
Very. I have some relatives from there.
Oh, yes, we've been having some hard times, so much prayer is needed for our people right now. We were actually
What's
looking...
happening over there?
War, my friend. War.
Ooh,
It's
I'm sorry
gone
to
through
hear.
the tribes. Yes,
The-
it's
the-
terrible.
The mercenaries aren't doing very well. Typically, doesn't that ends up being good for you? No? As long as
Well,
it doesn't
Until
come to
it
your
starts
doors.
burning our buildings and coming
I'm
to
so
our forest.
sorry.
Yes, of course,
No, no,
Thank you for
oh.
your console. But we're looking for the high priestess, actually.
Oh,
Anywhere we can find the high priestess?
You can ask one of the priests. And he like flags somebody down. And
Thank you.
comes
I'm not
over.
very known around here. Maybe you can
No
help.
problem. No problem.
And looks over at Ribos and just
Somebody comes over to the group.
Very intently staring into the green flames.
Sure.
perfect.
Yeah,
She's
not
gonna
paying
like
attention.
Like totally entranced.
Sure.
As I just like
And then
reach
I
my
kinda-
hand out into the flames and just pass my hand through them.
Yep.
okay.
It is hot, but if you go quick enough, it doesn't burn you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to stick
Right.
my hand in there. I'm just- is it real or is
Oh
it,
yeah, no, it's real.
is it
It's real.
magic?
Go ahead and make an investigation. What are you doing, Sonny?
So I was actually going to go a similar route. With,
Yeah.
Would it be similar to fairy fire? Would it trigger anything of memory of mine?
Go ahead and make an investigation.
Okay.
12 for me.
And weirdly enough, there is a step stool up to the thing on like the sides, so
Okay.
you can actually step up and touch the brazier.
Okay.
12 for
12.
investigation.
You're looking at it and you're like, it's real. It's not an illusion, and it doesn't appear to be magical in nature because there's nothing emanating that. But you're not entirely sure. Like there's stuff burning in there, and it's just the flame's green, and you're not entirely sure why.
Like I'm puzzling it out in my head, especially because the flame is green, and I
Mhm.
know that everything I channel from my elvish heritage is more blues and purples, but my orcish
Yeah,
strings.
so
And
you're like-
magic is greens and
You're like,
browns.
what
So
the
I'm
hell? Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how is this tied together?
Sure, sure.
Why is it working this way? Is it me? Am I off? Or is there
Right.
something I'm missing here?
Gotcha.
18 for me.
18. Upon looking at it, you do notice that there is something that isn't wood in there. There's like a little, not quite rocks, but like something's in there, and there's an occasional pop in there. It's not a loud fire or anything like that, but this, and when that happens, there's more green that comes out. It looks like there's something added to this to turn it green. Yep.
Religious trickery.
There's an actual scientific reason for it. I researched it specifically. It's a basically it's like a mixture of copper and sulfur, and there's a name for it, and you make it and then throw it in there. Yeah, but you guys don't know that. But I was proud that I was like,
okay.
hey, there's got to be a reason for this.
Good job, Sam.
All right, so the priest comes over and goes, can I help you? And it's a male.
Yes, I actually, this family was just introducing me. I'm on a pilgrimage, and
Welcome.
um,
Elf is up
actually,
here. Do you need
I
anything
need
from
the
me?
high priestess. Actually, we're troubled times.
I
the
can
Three Rivers.
grab her assistant, but she's not here right now. But give me a moment.
Okay,
runs
wonderful.
off.
Thank you.
And yeah,
Just
so
work
you guys,
it.
right? You guys puzzle this out a little bit, and then what do you do after staring at the fire for a little while?
Let's turn around and kind of get my bearings, see what
You said
Jeremy
Jeremy just got
and
done talking
Sunny
to
are
somebody who's
doing.
running off. Sunny was with you the whole time.
I'm just zoning out into the fire.
Sure.
Never seen you so enamored by anything that wasn't booze.
I'm just, it's really pretty. It kind of reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. But now that you said booze.
When we're done, I feel like we're getting there. Just
Sunny
I
comes,
appreciate the beauty in the
Sunny
fire
comes running
as well,
over with-
Sunny.
there's not more ornate, but they look a different cut of robe. Comes over and goes, "You were looking for the high priestess?"
Yes.
And you guys you can hear this as she comes
We'll
over.
walk back over
Perfect.
to.
I'm so sorry.
Jeremy.
She is out of town.
Oh, really?
I'm so sorry.
Is there somebody who holds in her stay while she's gone?
Me, kind of.
Is it you?
Yeah. It's yeah.
Oh,
She's,
wonderful.
there was something very important that the Duchess herself asked for her to go. She's it wasn't too far. I mean, she's been gone for about 3 days. Only about a day's journey from where we're at, but
Oh, all right.
she
Interesting.
should be finishing up soon. I think.
Is there somewhere we can talk in private?
I suppose. Yeah. And then leads you off to almost like a reading room, if that makes sense. Like a separate prayer room. She goes, "Oh, have a seat, and shuts the door. And she seems she's not timid, but definitely subservient to others. You know what I mean? Like her job seems to be helping other people out, and the fact that she's running this thing doesn't jive. You know what I mean? She's not the one in charge here. She's just there to enforce the rules of the person who actually is in charge. Just, okay, what do we need to talk about?
Well,
Jeremy?
yes, I'm
Confession?
sorry.
Do we need to- I can
No,
separate-
it's been a long journey.
No, I'm not confessing to anything.
Right,
Oh,
right.
okay.
That's right.
I'm just
You're
gonna wander.
all right. We're just
Right.
actually here to ask some questions.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
Um,
Yeah, I can answer anything you need.
No, I believe that we have come a long ways, and we've heard of your church and that of possibly preserving the dead. I
Okay.
have.
Yeah, no, yeah, we can. There's plenty of things that we can end up doing.
I've come a very long ways. Three Rivers tribes. I've met my friends, and they've helped me get here. But I've lost somebody very important to
Oh,
me, and
so
I.
sorry.
Yes, thank you
It's-
for your
we have
condolences.
room in our graveyard. We can set up a crypt if you'd like.
Well,
whatever
actually,
you'd like.
somebody very, very important that I need more time to process. So,
Okay. So
if possible, is there anyone aside from the High Priestess that might be able to do a service as such, or potentially you yourself? You do look very much the part.
I am not granted with any particular gifts from the
Right.
flames.
Of
But
course.
the high priestess is. If
Okay.
you're willing to wait a few days, I'm sure that she'll be back soon.
I don't know that we have a few days to wait.
Oh, I'm so very sorry. Maybe one of the other temples will have something that will
We
work
were-
out. Or
No other temple can help us. It must be you.
okay, very well.
The Enyantan. Enyantan, they must preserve this for all of us. Can you get the High Priestess back here sooner?
I don't know when she'll be back.
Oh, better yet, can we go to her?
I mean, she is only about a day's ride.
It's about
To the
it's
north?
less time than waiting a couple days.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the impatience.
No, it's okay.
We've
She's
traveled a long
just
ways with this.
consecrating some ground. There was some problems with some unfortunateness, so she's out there to keep the peace a little bit. But yeah, what would you need done? You needed a preservation of body.
Yes.
Oh, hold on, and takes off.
Is
Yeah.
the preservation thing, is that the right word that you're trying to use? I thought you were trying to like...
Well, I think we're just trying to get there. You know.
We
Okay.
need to buy ourselves more time so
More
we can
time.
take them to the temple of the Firekeepers in the west.
Oh, okay.
Which
I
is-
was just,
that's
'cause I
my
thought you
family.
wanted
Yes,
to
yep,
like,
correct.
bring them back to life so you could like talk to them.
Well, we're
We're
getting
not
there.
bringing anything back to life.
Okay, we're
Never.
and we're bringing
hear
it back down.
She comes back in with a book.
I thought.
Oh, loss often does make people a little irritable. Just take it
Yes.
with patience here. It looks like a preservation of body, in order to elongate the term, would be about 500 gold. That just covers the materials in the time of the priestess.
Is there any services, discount or complimentary for those who are
I'm so
members
sorry.
of
Can I
the
talk?
It would
church?
actually cost the church money to do this if we don't charge for the materials in the priestess's time. This doesn't. None of this goes to the church. This is just in order to make sure that we have everything.
Of course. I mean, materials
your
are materials. And we were just here in hopes to possibly get an idea of what it would cost.
Oh
and
yes, 500
hopefully
gold. And,
come
you can actually give
up
that
with a
directly
solution.
to the priestess if
Oh.
that is something that you need to do. But that is what she would charge. She knows all of this off the
Oh,
top of her head.
wonderful. And I'm sorry, do you have, sorry to ask so much of you.
Oh no,
You've
you're
been
okay.
very,
you're
very
okay.
helpful.
Yeah, no trouble at all.
But is there a way that you can give us maybe directions to the place that she is residing?
Oh yes, it's just a little town to the north. You just follow the main road.
Just follow
and-
main
yes.
road.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
little town
What's
to the north.
the name of the town? For that matter, what do they call you? I am Ribos, excuse me.
Oh, Janice. Sorry, Sister Janice. So and she gets like almost like flustered when she's talking about the town. Hollywood. Just kidding. No, it was Holly.
I was gonna make a Hollywood
It
joke
was Holly.
earlier.
Holly Grove. That's what
Holly
it was.
Grove.
Holly Grove. Because they said Hollywood, and then I was like, nope, that's a fucking place in the real world. And I was trying to remember what it was, and then I was like, nope,
as well, but
yep, Holly Grove.
Holly
Yeah, there was a panic moment where I was like, I don't remember what the fucking town was. Holly Grove.
Sister Janice, tell me, the High Priestess,
Hmm?
I imagine she's probably the only one of this temple here.
Yes.
Do we
there
just
are-
call her High Priestess? If we ask
yes,
someone else
typically,
where they are, will they
that would
know
be the
who we're
most
talking
respectful
about?
way to address her. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Noted.
Yes. High Priestess, my lady is also, any way that you talk to a lord or a lady. And
Yes, I remember what Grandma used to make me call her.
I'm gonna say this
okay.
under my breath.
This
Very
was
well.
really, really
Shake it.
helpful. Janice,
you're
thank you.
I'll-
Sister
I'll-
Janice.
no trouble at all.
Like take the basket of
Uh-huh.
bread with like a
Oh.
partially eaten bread and another loaf, and
I gave the third one to Jeremy already. I know it's not much, but
Thank you
for your time.
so
Please
much.
give it to
Oh,
someone who is in
absolutely, yes.
need.
You folks have a good day. Thank you for coming, and
Well,
thank you for the offer.
We hope to give back in
Oh,
some
yes,
way.
that's
So,
perfect. And then
Thank you.
heads off, and yeah, that's where we'll end it.
woo-wee!
Yeah.
I roll a perception check for the room.
Yeah,
so
go
I
ahead.
was wandering
Yeah, absolutely.
around. Yeah, I just want to know what was more
Oh yeah,
was in the
for
room.
sure.
I find nothing.
It's you get enamored with some of the sculpture bits and just
Okay.
like that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like engraved into the wood.
Okay.
There is a holy book that's in the room,
Okay.
but left unattended and on a pedestal kind of thing.
Alright.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Good game, guys.
Cool.
Yes.
2 weeks.
Yes, next week
Alright.
we will not
See
be
you in 2
here. We got stuff going
But we
on.
should
Yes.
hopefully all be back
Yes.
this
Yes.
time.
That's the idea.
Yes. Summer, you know.
Oh, yeah,
We're
for
working
sure.
on it.
But yeah, you guys have a
But
good
we're
day.
here for you sometimes. So
All right, there you go.
Bye.
Bye.
bye. That was a terrible